Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. We're going to be playing some more Wizardry 1, the original dungeon crawler today. I have a couple of things planned that I want to do, and I just realized I didn't get what I was supposed to do for one of them, but that's okay, we'll get around to it soon. I have 3 characters that I grinded up a little bit off stream, so I waited. I'm going to level them up on stream so that people can see which level ups they get. New Reg is also holding a couple of items. Perfect, great time to start revving your engine out there as loudly as possible. 16 seconds into the stream. Everyone who's watching the stream archive is going to love that. Okay, anyway. New Reg is holding a couple of items that I picked up in the meantime, so let's go into the dungeon first, and let's identify the items that we picked up. Hopefully none of them are cursed this time. We've already got one character who's basically holding a cursed item they can't get rid of. Costs like 50,000 gold to remove it, which obviously we're not going to do. Okay, so I only found 2 items. Unfortunately, on the floor that we have access to now, there's only a 10% chance of getting a good item, like a good magic item. Otherwise, it's typically just going to be something generic. So let's start with this. Yeah, just a regular helmet and just a regular staff. Okay, so we didn't get anything too exciting this time, unfortunately, but we do have 3 characters ready to level up. One of them is a pretty big deal. Silvara, when she reaches level 10, she's going to get a triple attack, which means she'll be able to attack 3 times per turn, which is pretty cool. Go here. We're going to sell the items we just picked up. Not worth very much, but I guess something's better than nothing. Alright, we're going to go to the inn. Silvara, yeah, so she's not going to... So the main thing she's getting here is her triple attack. If she gets some HP, I'll also be happy about it. We're going to see right now. She got 1 HP. Okay, so not very much, but she got a lot of stats. She got 15 strength. That's pretty good. The other stats don't really matter as much. Actually, luck is kind of important, but the benchmarks are 6, 12, and 18, so she already had +1 luck. She needs to get to 18 luck to get +2 luck. Hello, Faye. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, this is your character here, Silvara, who we just leveled up. I think she needs to get 16 strength in order to get +1 attack and +1 damage, so she's 1 point away from the big strength level up. But the big thing is that she just got her triple attack, which is like the most important thing of all. Next up is Maid. I don't think Maid gets anything too important here. She could get some HP, but as a thief, she doesn't really get much of anything else. It's just her chance to disarm traps is going to keep increasing slowly with each level. Yeah, just only 3 HP, that's fine. +1 agility is good. Her agility score was actually pretty low for a thief. Alright, next up is James. James is kind of important. He doesn't get access to a new tier of spells yet, but he could potentially get more spell points, more spells, and more HP. So we're hoping for any of those things. 17 HP. Okay, so we finally got like a big HP roll. He also got Dalto and Lajalito, so he got 2 awesome spells. He got a good stats on his level up. Actually, 12 luck we just talked about. 12 luck is a good benchmark. 6, 12, and 18 are the big points for luck. So getting to 12 luck is important. He got a ton of spell points. He got 2 new spells. Dalto is a really good one. Dalto is basically the best tier 3 spell. And 17 HP is massive. That's probably something like a max roll. I'm going to calculate that because I want to see. So a level 8 wizard times 4. So the max HP he could have without any vitality modifiers is 32. And then his vitality is giving him an extra 2 points per level. So this is actually like a 22 plus... no, this is like a 28 plus 10 roll. So that's still pretty good. Because his average should be about 16, and he basically just rolled a 28. And then he also gets +10 from his vitality modifier. So this is a good example of what I was talking about during the last stream, how characters can get, like, they just need to get 1 roll that's like a high roll on their HP, and then it just spikes like 15 points in a single level. Faye, you're having dinner right now? I hope you're enjoying it. I hope it's something good. I'm not going to be able to eat till after the stream. I cannot eat before stream. I'll get very sick. Pram, you've got a good feeling that we can access the 5th floor. Have you played Final Fantasy Tactics? Because whenever you're getting ready to go on missions in that game, the characters sometimes they say like, I have a good feeling, and it's usually, I think it correlates to your success rate before you send characters on missions, but I'm actually not sure now if it actually has any impact on anything. But I remember I don't know if it's like a well-known meme, but I remember noticing characters always saying like, I have a good feeling. So anyway, we're gonna put Map Potato in the front. Oh, I also want to show you guys something about the experience bars. I just remembered when I saw Map Potato. Alright, Map Potato in the front. Pizza. Silvara. We've got Abaddon as our main priest right now. Maid, and then James here. And I think our characters have enough HP that we can mess around with pit traps, which is good, because the other thing I want to do today is I want to map out all of the pit traps on the 3rd floor. So we're going to go do that right away. Before I go too far into the dungeon, I want to show you guys something about experience bars, if I can find another character who's level 9. I can't. Okay, Abaddon is level 9. Yeah, so this is a good example of what I talked about in the last stream about how Samurai requires so much experience to level up. So for example, Mavtato requires 112,000 experience. I'll show you guys. I can actually point at it on the screen. Requires 112 experience to get to level 10 in the Samurai class. But in the Priest class, Abaddon only requires 81,000 experience to get to the same thing. So if we go 81 over 112, yeah, so actually let's do 112 over 81. It requires like almost 40% more experience to level up, and Priest isn't, Priest is not even a fast class either. So Samurai is like slower than, like significantly slower than a slow level up class. It's crazy. It's crazy how slow it is. Alright, so we got a bunch of good spells at this point. We're going to cast Metamorphic. We're going to head down to actually the 3rd floor, and then I need to get a paper that I can actually draw the map on, because I forgot to get that before the stream started, even though that was one of my really big plans for today, was to draw a map of the 3rd floor. Ooh, 5 undead kobolds. You were actually referring to the Final Fantasy Tactics meme? Okay, cool. That's funny. You guys are doing post-game grinding in Final Fantasy X to max out the Spear Grid now. I can say, honestly, I've never done anything like that before. I played, I actually have not beaten Final Fantasy X before. We got to the very end of the game. I was playing it actually at the time. I had a girlfriend that I was living with at the time, and we played a lot of video games together. And we played through like most of Final Fantasy X, and then I remember we got to like one of the last boss fights against Sin, and he has like a ton of HP. You guys might know the boss fight that I'm referencing. He has like a monstrous amount of HP. It takes like 20 minutes to beat the boss battle. And we got him down to the point where he was almost dead, and then for some reason something happened, and I got a game over. And I was like, I'm not doing that again. I'm not doing a 20-minute boss fight again. So we just dropped the game at that point and never went back to it again. Is Samurai the slowest leveling class? I'm not 100% sure. It's either... I know the very slow classes are Samurai, Lord, Ninja, and Bishop. I don't know which is the slowest out of those 4. We could probably check. Let me head down to the 3rd floor first. Alright, so there's a bunch of pit traps on this floor. I'm going to do 2 things. First, I'm going to bring up the Data Driven Gamers blog, and I will link it in the chat as I always do. Here are the basic mechanics of Wizardry. Alright, when I get back, I'm going to check this page to see if I can find the experience tables for the classes. We can find out which is the slowest level up class. Before that, I have to go grab a notebook and a pen so that I can start drawing my map. So I'll be right back. If anybody wants to check the Data Driven Gamer blog, if you can find the answer to that question, feel free to let me know, because I'm curious to know as well. And I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. That wasn't so bad, was it? It looks like people are mostly thinking that I'm going to get to the 5th floor today. I don't know. I have a pretty short checklist of things I want to do. One person is asking, what is this game? This is a remake of Wizardry 1. It was one of the first dungeon crawlers ever made. It's a really great, timeless game. I think it still holds up extremely well to this day. And the remake, from what I played so far, the remake is awesome. It only has a couple of things that I would change. Number one, I would definitely make it so that the user interface was larger, especially the text. The original game was largely text-based, and they changed it so that there's a bigger emphasis on like what you can see on the screen. Like they made it so, you know, like the visuals in the dungeon are a lot bigger and look a lot nicer. But as you can see, the text on the screen is actually a lot smaller as a result, and it makes it difficult to read some of the information that's actually very important. Like you're supposed to be able to read all of this text on the screen. Like at a quick glance, you're supposed to be able to do that. All right, let me see about levels. I don't know if their experience table is actually listed here, but I can probably find it on a different site if it's not on this one. I don't see it so far. Leveling up, aging, alignment. Yeah, there's actually nothing on Data Driven Gamers page, probably because it's like a more basic piece of information. This is like pretty in-depth mechanics. I would also, there's actually one other kind of interesting thing is whenever you select a character and you say that you want them to cast spells, it always takes you to the arcane spell list, even if they don't know any arcane spells. So you have to swap over to the divine spell list if you're selecting a priest or a multi-class character with priest spells, which is kind of interesting. All right, Wizardry 1, experience to level up. See if we can find anything interesting. Because these are presumably proportionate. Oh yeah, okay, so here we go. So Thief is 900, Fighter is 1,000, Priest is 1050, Mage is 1100. They don't have any of the advanced classes listed. Gotta find another page for that, I guess. Oh my god, guys, shut up, please. Experience points to level. Yeah, I'm not sure. Probably nobody put it like into a easy to read table because why would you? That's like not something that people generally look up. All right, so this is our last. This is our last Duma pick. Hold on a second. So the stairs are right here. I can never remember if the stairs are on the west side or the east side. So let me walk over here and I'm gonna actually cast a Duma pick. This is gonna give us a lot of information. Okay. So the stairs are behind us. Pram says it's wizardry, not priestly. That's why the arcane spells get priority. Yeah, maybe. Alright, so let's see. So the stairs are kind of like in the top right section. I might actually post this map. I might show this map on the stream after we finish drawing it. It could be fun to see that. Okay, so I'm standing here. This is definitely a safe place where I can stand. If I go down here, I know the one on the other side is also completely safe because I've been there before. And then the stairs are, I can't remember if they're on the left or the right side because I forgot to check. There's a passage over here that we haven't checked yet. There's a passage to the right that we have been on. I don't remember if it's safe, but I'm pretty sure that it's safe. The one north of here, again, I'm also pretty sure that it's safe, but we'll go check it. We have to check the stairs as well. Oh, I messed up too. I didn't draw it the way that I was supposed to draw it. Do I have another page that I have access to? I kind of grabbed a notebook where all the pages are already full. I gotta start over. Gotta start my map over. And I'm always like drawing pictures in the margins too, so there's like pictures drawn all over the place. Okay, this is pretty fine. There's like some text on the other side of the page. It's just... Oh my god, what in the world is this? Oh, these are notes from my chemistry. Wow, this is an old notebook. These are notes from one of my chemistry classes when I was in university still. You can hear the gassy dragons in the background. No, those are just the cool motorcycle dudes showing off their cool motorcycle skills. Alright, so let's start over. So we're standing here. This is definitely safe. To the right is a passage that I've never been down. Or sorry, to the left is a passage I've never been down. To the right is one that I think is safe, but I'm not 100% sure. To the north is one that I think is safe, but I'm not 100% sure. South of here is the stairway. And then on the other side is one that is definitely safe. From there is a passage to the left, which leads to the elevator. To the right is something that might be a pit. I'm not 100% sure. To the south is one that is definitely safe from there. All right, so let's check the information that we have so far. I think that's the smartest thing to do. So first, I want to see what side are the stairs on from where I'm standing right now. Okay, they are on the right side of the map. So the stairs are over here. Stairs are over here on the right side. Then I want to check up here. I think this is not a pit. Oh, no, this is a pit. Okay, this is a pit. What does our HP look like? Not amazing, but it's fine, I guess. Over here, I think is not a pit. Okay, I was correct about this one. This is not a pit. And this actually leads to, this wraps around to the other side of the map. So we should be on the other side of the map now. Yeah, as you can see, we stepped over here, and it actually brought us around to the other side of the map here, and this is not a pit. This is not a pit. So we're here now. This is not a pit. Now there's a passage to the north that I've never explored. Passage to the south that I have stepped on, but I don't know what it is. A path to the right that I don't think is a pit, but it might be one. We're gonna check that now. I want to check this. Is this a pit? This is not a pit. Okay, this is important. From here, there are two paths that we have never explored. And then there's one path to the south. I don't know if this is a pit or not. I feel like I remember there being a lot of pits around here. Our HP looks okay. If we have to go back, we can go back from here. This is a pit, okay. And James just took 16 damage, so that's pretty tough. That's pretty rough. This is a pit. You can see who avoided falling in. That's based on their reflex save. So Mavtato avoided, Abaddon avoided, Mate avoided. We can check their reflex saves if we want to as well. Yeah, so Mavtato has a 45% chance to dodge pit traps. Pizza 20, Silvara 20, Abaddon only 10%, Made 40%, James 30%. James has gotten a little bit unlucky. The Etrian Odyssey player in you is so itching to mark the pits on the map directly. Yeah, I would definitely wish that they had made the ability to draw on the map, but I understand why they didn't, because that's not how Doom Epic originally worked, and it's not really how it's supposed to work. So I can kind of understand. The logic. Okay, so we know there's some stuff. There's a whole like secret lair inside of this section here. There's like a whole secret lair, but I think we've kind of explored that fully already. So I'm going to ignore that for now. I'm going to go directly south from here. I'm going to check for another pit. Before I go too far, I'm going to have Silvara heal my characters. Get them out of range so they don't actually accidentally die from falling into a pit. Oh, that's great. He definitely... I don't think he can take 30 damage. I'll heal Pizza a couple of times. We have a couple of casts. We have 2 more casts. I'm just looking for 1 high roll, please. I keep healing for 1 or 2 HP. Okay, healing for 5, that's enough. Okay, so down here, I don't think this is a pit, but it might be. Okay, this is not a pit. It's very good information. So I'm pretty sure if we go directly east from here, there's a completely safe path that has no pits on it. And the reason why I say that is because I remember actually using this path to escape from the dungeon multiple times before in the past. I also did not draw this to scale. There's like a huge section in the middle of these, but I didn't know how big the map was going to be in the end. So I think if we go straight from here, this will take us to where we want to go with no pits in the way. So 1, there's no pit here, and then 2, there's no pit here. Yes. And if we go directly north, let me just draw this into my map. If we go directly north from here, this will take us back to the stairs. Stairs are going to be on my right side. Yes, that's correct. Okay, so we've mapped out a relatively safe route to get from the left side to the right side of the map. The only question is, where are the pits? We don't know that at this point in time. I'm going to go here. Oh, we got an encounter. Ooh, Vorpal Bunnies. Okay, Vorpal Bunnies are pretty tough. I'm actually going to be attacking the Werebears. And I'm going to use some spells on the Vorpal Bunnies because they do not... Okay, they do resist Dalto, but they don't resist fire magic. So what we're going to do is hit them with some fire magic. Yeah, this is fine. They have 3d6 plus 2. So Mahalito is not that likely to kill all of them. Dalto, unfortunately, they resist. Lahalito is very likely to kill all of them. I'm going to go with a Lahalito here. And I'm going to have James wait this turn. Hey Chris, welcome to the stream. You can't sit down and watch the stream today, but you're just hopping in to say hi. Okay, no worries. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well today. Leave a like if you can. It certainly helps. Hey, Snow Warning. Who dug these pits? It's probably the motorcyclists. So the funny thing is, this game is kind of meta. Like, if once we go back down to the 4th floor, I'll show you. But there's an entire, like, chamber that's dedicated to, I guess, a group that goes through the dungeon and populates it with monsters. So there's probably somebody who just, like, went through and just, like, dug a bunch of pits just to, like, make it more difficult to explore. Like, it's very on the nose. Like, they're very, I'm actually going to drop 2 Daltos here because multiple characters got paralyzed. Mavtato and Pizza both got paralyzed. We need to clear this group very fast. James is our fastest caster, so he should be able to... Yeah, he just fires off a Dalto pretty quickly. We got 1 Werebear left. We just need Silvara to take them out. Silvara, Abaddon, Maid, somebody just needs to hit this guy. Yeah, Silvara gets them 2 times for 5 damage with her nice new multi-attack. Yeah, the Monty Python rabbits are back. You're dropping a like, thank you very much. What was I saying now? Oh yeah, so yeah, it's pretty likely that the explanation is literally just that somebody went through and dug a bunch of pits to make this dungeon more difficult to explore. Because that's just like the lore of this dungeon, is that it was specifically made just to troll adventurers. Ooh, we've got body death magic. Cool. What we really want is, I think it's called Debody. It's the spell that you can use to resurrect somebody. Once we get that, it will completely change the game, because it will allow us to resurrect our characters without spending thousands of gold. Anyway, we need to cast Softness on Mavtato and Pizza. And then I'm going to see if Silvara has, I think it's Latymophis. Yeah, Cure Poison. We need to Cure Poison on both of them as well. Then we need to heal our party, then we need to rearrange our party. We're going to heal at least enough to get us out of here safely. We have a Dialma. How many Dialmas do we have? We have 2 Dialmas. I'm actually going to cast a Dialma on each of them. Dialma heals for a lot. Nice 13 HP heal. Okay, now we have to reorganize our party as well. Put Mavtato in the front. And then put Pizza in the front. Perfect. Okay, then I'm going to cast a Duma Pick, because I need to find out where the heck we are. Okay, so if I'm directly south of the stairs. If I go east from here, it's going to lead us to a place that we actually have been before, but I don't know if there's a pit there or not, so let's check if there's a pit. I think there's a pit here. There's a pit here, yes. Wow, Maid took 20 damage. Okay, so there is a pit here. We do not want to go this way ever again. And we can mark it on the other side too on the wraparound. So this is a wraparound. We're going to make this one a plus sign. Yeah, so there is a pit there. So we know that that area is blocked. I'm just going to turn around. I'm going to go right back the way that I came. I'm going to heal Maid. And we're actually going to go back to town now and rest up because we need to recover off of these wounds from falling in all these pits. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, it's very funny. I love the whole lore of this thing. Let's go down to the fourth floor, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about, and then we'll come back and we'll do some more mapping. So we've mapped out a good number of pitfalls. I discovered 4 pits. But the good thing is we have enough HP, like we have a strong enough party that we can fall into 4 pitfall traps and nobody dies. So we can actually go back down there and map out a good amount of the dungeon. Yeah, it would be so cool if they added something like in Etrian Odyssey where you can map directly on the dungeon. If I get a Switch 2 anytime soon, I might stream some Etrian Odyssey in the future. I said I was never going to stream Etrian Odyssey because I've played all of the games so much already that I don't think it would be that fun to watch me play it. And it's not really the type of game that you would normally stream. But honestly, who knows? Maybe I'll do it. Maybe we'll have some fun streaming some Etrian Odyssey. 3 bushwhackers. They're probably just going to run away as soon as they see us. As soon as they realize we're a party of level 10 adventurers. I guess our average level is actually 9. 48, 56, divided by 6. Actually, I don't know what that is. I can't do math in my head right now. I can't do math in my head when I'm streaming. That's part of the reason why I always keep a calculator with me. Alright, unfortunately nobody actually leveled up, which I'm surprised because we did have one character who was close. Oh, I think I just rested everybody. Oh, apparently there's a button to rest everybody. That's extremely convenient. I wish I'd known about that before. It's kind of fun to rest them one at a time though, isn't it? Something about it is just satisfying. Alright, we're going to cast our Meporphic. Yeah, let's head down to the 4th floor. I want to show you guys what I was talking about. So there's actually like a department that was hired by the Mad Wizard Werdna to populate this dungeon with like treasure and traps and monsters. So the whole the whole dungeon was created just as a way to like troll adventurers. It has no other purpose. Like it's not like an ancient castle or an ancient tomb or anything like that. It is specifically designed as a dungeon, like with game mechanics in mind, which is really funny. Obviously, the people who made this game had a sense of humor. Alright, so we're gonna go down 4th floor. Unfortunately, we can't actually take the elevator to the 3rd floor because it's behind a one-way passage. Alright, let's cast Lamilwa, more light. Make sure not to double cast it. Alright, this is going to be a difficult encounter through this door. Five huge spiders, not bad. This is probably on the lower end of the difficult encounters. The big thing is they do have the ability to poison, but if they poison us, it's not really that big of a deal. We can usually just chop them down pretty fast too. Ooh, Pizza actually missed 3 attacks there. Because he has a triple attack, so if he deals 0 damage, it means he missed 3 attacks. Alright, so I'm not going to go through this door. Yeah, this is definitely the scariest door. This is the Monster Allocation Center. So this is where the group lives who goes through the dungeon and just like populates it with monsters. So they just have like a bunch of monsters in cages in here. They just take them to the other floors of the dungeon and like populate the other floors. And it's really funny because if you think about it, that also means they're taking specifically weak monsters and putting them on the 1st floor, and they're taking like strong monsters and putting them on the deeper floors. But like, if you were actually trying to defend your castle against a party of adventurers, you would take the strong monsters and put them on the 1st floor near the gate to stop anybody from getting in. Ooh, Abaddon's ready to level up too. We're gonna get another difficult encounter here. Ooh, level 3 ninjas. These do have an instant death attack. And they can also poison. They have around 3d8 HP. I'm going to double Mahalito here, just to guarantee that we wipe as many of these as possible. Hopefully all of them. Yeah, so a single Mahalito usually leaves a couple on low health. The second one will typically finish them off. And then we have to cure poison now as well. I'm fine getting poisoned. I do not want someone to get hit with instant death again. That would be terrible. Abaddon is ready to level up too, and actually so is Pizza now as well. This is going to be a big deal. When Abaddon levels up, he has a chance to learn a resurrection spell. that will cause it to be a much smaller problem when one of our characters potentially gets killed with instant death, if we can actually just resurrect them. This is the treasure repository. So again, people from these rooms here, they just take treasure and just like distribute it throughout the dungeon. And then once again, if you think about it, it's actually very funny because they're taking like common items and putting them in chests on the first floor of the dungeon. But then they take the rare items and they put them in chests on the floors on the lower dungeons. And then they trap some of them, but then they don't trap some of the chests. Should we go in there? Yeah, sure, why not? 7 boring beetles, and there's probably going to be a treasure chest in here too. The boring beetles have no special abilities, so I'm just going to chip them down with melee attacks. After we level up our characters, I want to go back down to the 3rd floor and map out some more pit traps. I'm very excited about pit traps right now. The boring beetles, the only thing about them is they have pretty strong armor and a lot of HP. So maybe we should just hit them with a Dalto so they can die faster, but I don't know. They don't really threaten us, that's the thing. They don't really threaten us. What I could do, actually, this would be a good time to cast a debuff spell. So yeah, let's do that. I'm going to cast a... do I want to do Morlus or Catino? No, not Catino. Actually... Dilto, yeah, that's it. Dilto. This is Darkness. This basically just makes it easier to hit these monsters with melee attacks. So that we can kill them faster. Because their base AC is pretty low. So we just dropped it from, we increased it from 3 to 5, because a lower armor class is better. So now there's like a 25% base chance to hit them, plus whatever our bonus is from our class bonuses. Level 10 fighter should have plus 10, plus 50 on top of that. So that's a 75% chance, plus the bonus from our weapons. Brings that up slightly, and then also the bonus from your strength stat. Okay. We have a 90% inspection chance. I'm just going to cast Calfo here, since I'm on my way back anyway. Calfo will automatically identify the chest. You don't have to deal with a 90% chance. 95% chance to have an exploding box. We have an 80% chance to disarm that. We disarmed it. And we got a rare potion. Hopefully it's something good. Yeah, I'm hiccuping a lot. Not hiccuping. Not hiccuping. I'm just getting a lot of like stuff caught in my chest today. And I didn't even eat before stream either. That's the crazy part. Drinking water helps. Acid reflux is terrible. I would say the hiccups are the worst part. I got hiccups the other day. It's so bad. When you get hiccups with acid reflux, it's so terrible. These are not really dangerous spiders. I'm just gonna chip them down really quick. Like when you start hiccuping, it can last for like an hour. And it's just so bad. They're not even like normal hiccups either. They hurt. They actually like hurt a little bit. Causes like a pain in your chest. It's terrible. I haven't had them for a while because I've been doing a really good job of managing my diet. I think having a good diet is like the best way to manage acid reflux. And for the past like, what was it, like maybe, God, it was actually a while ago when I got diagnosed. It was like 8 years ago when I got diagnosed. Ever since then, I've been doing a really good job of managing my diet. But I would probably say this year I have not been doing as good of a job because I've been going out to eat a lot more often and just like kind of eating junk food more often than I used to. Probably why my acid reflux is getting worse again. Today, the only thing I ate was like much earlier. It was like around lunchtime, and all I had was a few small pieces of chicken, and then a lot of broccoli, carrots, and peas, which are a lot better for me. Alright, we're gonna go to the inn now. My potato needs to rest. Pizza is going to level up. We are hoping for a big HP level up here. Pizza is definitely due for an HP level up, so we're hoping for something good here. Nope, we got plus 1 HP. Sad, but it's fine. Silvara needs to recover their spell points. Abaddon is ready to level up. Can Abaddon get anything big here? Yes. So what we really want here is a resurrection spell. I don't really care that much about HP. Their HP is fine for a priest. What we really want here is resurrection. I don't think that's it. We can check though. Unfortunately, they lost a point of agility, and it's an important one too. 16 is an agility benchmark. So losing that point of agility actually matters. That hurts Abaddon a lot. He did get some more spell points, but it means it's going to be a while before he reaches level 11 and gets another chance for a resurrection spell. So that does hurt us. Alright, let's inspect. Condi. Yeah, unfortunately the only thing Condi is used for is just to locate dead adventurers. So like if we get a party wipe and like a bunch of our party members die in the dungeon, their bodies actually remain in the dungeon. You can use this spell here to like locate where the dead bodies are, and then if you go into the dungeon you can collect them and bring them back to town to resurrect them. It's not really super useful because generally you're going to know like where your characters died. You're not going to need a spell to locate that information, but whatever. Honestly, resurrection spell would be far more useful because then we could actually resurrect them. Right now we can find them, but we can't resurrect them. not nearly as useful. All right, let's go map out some more pit traps. I'm very excited about pit traps today. Head back down to the 3rd floor. Oh, Pram, you're commuting right now. I didn't even see that message. How did I miss that? Sometimes I miss like really obvious messages. Like right in the middle of chat. Man, pizza being level 11 is crazy though. We've really come a long way. Matt Potato actually has a lot of experience too. They just level up so slowly. They're basically almost like an entire level behind all of their classes on the curve. The samurais are. I don't think I have anybody who can transfer into the Lord class. And even if I did, I don't really like doing it. It's probably my least favorite of the advanced classes. It's much better to have a priest and then just have them reclass into fighter, rather than using a Lord. Arguably, Samurai has the same problem, but the requirements to go into Samurai are a lot lower, and because it's a neutral class, you can also put it in any party. So Samurai is a lot more flexible, a lot more convenient. Lord is like the most inconvenient of the advanced classes. Ninja's not that great either, but there's a special item that lets you change into a ninja without resetting your attributes, which is like huge. So Ninja has like that one awesome quality going for them. The only thing is I actually don't like Ninja. I actually like Thief more than I like Ninja, because Thief has a much better chance to disarm traps. Ninja is actually not as good at disarming traps as a Thief is. And then because they also level up more slowly, it means that their level is going to be lower, which gives them an even lower chance of disarming traps. So I really don't like having a Ninja. Like if you're going to have a Ninja, you need to also still have a Thief. Alright, so I'm going to bring up the Duma pick while I'm looking at my own map. So north of here, no Pitfall. There's a section to the left that we have not explored yet, and then there's a section south and east that we haven't explored yet. I'm going to go north and then west. I want to check this middle section. So north and then west. I want to see if there's anything over here. I'm also going to cast the Lomilwa before we go too far. More light. One thing I like about this remake is that it not only does it tell you what all of the spells do, but it actually gives you a translation, which is really cool because it means that you can kind of learn like the language of the magic in this game. Like that's so cool that I mean, you kind of notice that some of the spells have like similar sounding names, or like if spells are the opposite of each other, they have similar but opposite sounding names. But you never really thought about that there is an actual language where like every single syllable and everything in the magical language actually has some kind of meaning. All right, anyway, we're gonna go here. This is a pitfall. I had a feeling it was gonna be one. I'm not gonna go this way ever again. Wow, May took 20 damage from that trap. I feel like that's a max roll. I guess I'm not sure though, it could potentially be higher. Let's heal you back up. We have a Dial. That should be enough to keep them alive, but I'm going to cast a Dios while I'm here. Let's do 2 more just to top them off. That's fine, yeah, +7. Right, I'm going to cast a Duma pick before I go any further. Okay, so right now we are here. And there... Oh, hold on a second. I didn't go the way that I thought I went. I actually went... That was a waste of a pitfall. We actually just walked into a pit that I already knew was there. I already knew about this pitfall, guys. This is the one we fell into last time. I went the wrong way again. I always get confused about the stairs Whenever I come to this floor, I always get confused about whether the stairs are on the left side or the right side. I should have double-checked my map before I do anything. But if we go south from here, we can check. I think there might be a secret door right here. And even if not, we're going to check this spot right here for a pitfall. So we can go south from here. Pit. I had a feeling that was a pit too. Oh, nice. Almost everyone avoided that pit trap. We're going to put a pit here. I forgot to check for the secret door while we were here too. That was very foolish of me. This is a pit. Put a little dot here. I'm going to cast another Duma pick. Like this is, I know like the convenience feature of being able to draw a map within the game in Entry and Odyssey is really cool, but in Wizardry, like this is the intended Wizardry experience. It's like casting Duma pick multiple times in a row to get a clear picture of the map and to like spend time drawing your own map of the dungeon, like drawing a map in real time. Now I'm pretty confident that this is a pitfall. Before I go any further, the only problem is we're stuck between two pits right now. But I think there's a way through here if we use secret doors. So I want to go back. Okay, so there is no way into here. Yeah, we can use this. Ooh, interesting. I did not expect that at all. This is an alternate route to the 4th floor. Okay, hold on a second. I need to cast Duma pick now. I have no idea where I am right now. Oh, this is where I was trying to go. I'm getting really confused, guys. I'm getting really confused about the map. Okay, so hold on. This is the stairs to the 4th floor. Interesting. So this takes us down to the 2nd floor, this takes us up to the 4th floor, and we actually have a route that leads directly to these stairs without needing to go through any pit traps. This is interesting because this is going to be a different section of the 4th floor compared to where the elevator is. Let me go down here. I'm going to cast the Duma pick. I'm going to see where we are. Yeah, I have to be a lot more careful about my sense of direction. Okay, so compared to where we were before, we're actually right on the other side of this secret area. Like, this is where we usually come through on the elevator. We come up here. These are the treasure rooms we've been exploring. This is the monster allocation center. And then this stairway takes us to a passage that's actually right on the other side of here. Interesting. Okay. I'm not going to go too far because I don't want to accidentally walk into a teleporter or something. We'll come back to this later. This is very interesting. This is very interesting. Okay, let's go back through here. I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna double check. Make sure I'm facing the way that I think I am. Yes, I am. Okay. I will actually take this passage to the right. I'm just gonna confirm that this is a pit trap. I'm pretty sure that it is. No, it's not actually. Interesting. Okay, this is actually not a pit trap. 7 Samurai. I feel like that's a reference. Do they have magic resistance? We actually don't know. Hold on, we can cast a spell here to learn something about them. Cast a Matsumapic. Now they do have arcane magic. I don't know what level they are. Oh no, we actually do know what level they are. They're level 3 samurai, so they can only cast pretty low level spells. I'm not really that worried about them, honestly. I'm actually just going to cast a single Mahalito. We might have actually killed them before we got any information from the Latum Epic. Which is a shame because when you cast spells, even if it doesn't do anything, you still lose spell points. Okay. Well, because we know that the area over here is safe, I'm actually going to check over here for a pit. No pit here either, wow. So there's actually a lot of safe ground, like way more than I expected. While we're here, I want to check for secret doors. There's actually not a secret door here. Interesting, okay. If that's the case, I want to go back here. Is there a secret door around here? There's not. Is there no secret door in this section? Oh, there is one here. Okay. I don't think... Oh. 6 level 3 priests. Level 3 priests are honestly even less dangerous than samurai. Do we have any information on them? We don't. Let's try to cast a Latumepic. Okay, let's not destroy them with a Mahalito this time. Let's keep them alive for long enough to identify. Yeah, the only thing they can really cast on us is like Silence, which stops us from casting spells, which I don't really care about. We didn't actually get a lot of information, but we can do this. We can start inspecting them. I think this actually gives us more information when the identification spell is active. Didn't get any information. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. We have an idea of what they can do, but still. Alright, I'm gonna explore this room. Don't think there's like much of anything in here. This should actually be a dead end if I'm correct. No, there actually was a secret door on the other side. How was I not able to see that before? Let's see where it takes us. We're actually running out of Duma picks, but Maid has plenty. This is the good thing about having multiple arcane casters, is you have a bunch of Duma picks to help you map out the dungeon. Okay, so yeah, this is... So the stairway's here. We are here. And we know the area to the right is safe. Sorry, the area to my left is safe. I'm gonna keep going that way. I'm gonna check the next passage. So this is potentially a pit. No, this is also safe. Wow, there's actually way more safe areas than I thought. I thought like most of these were gonna be pitfalls. It turns out actually most of them are safe. Now we know there is a pitfall north of here, but we don't know about directly east. Can we go that way? I don't see why not. I'm gonna check for a pit here. I think there will be a pit here. This seems like one that will have a pit because it's near the secret door. Something else happened. Did you see that? Like some smoke appeared. I'm gonna cast Remake pick. I want to see what happened. I see what happened. I know exactly what happened. It's a spinner. So there's a special kind of trap in this game called spinners. They turn your character around to try and confuse you and to get you lost. So this is a spinner trap. What you have to do is after you step on a spinner, you have to use Doma pick. Otherwise, you're not going to know which direction you're facing, and that can cause you to get lost or to like walk into a trap that you thought you were going to avoid. Okay, so it looks like the most of the passages along the edge are pit traps. But if you actually stay in the center, you're pretty safe actually. You're relatively safe. From here, I think I want to go... Well, if we go north and then don't step on the floor... Oh. If we go north and then don't step on the floor, we won't fall in the pit, but we can map out the rest of this passageway. Then we can come back to the spinner. I gotta be careful with these Vorpal bunnies because they can cause instant death. Honestly, would probably be smart to kill them with AoE. But yeah, we can... We can map out this section and then come back to the spinner trap and then decide where to go from there, based on which direction we're facing. The only thing about exploring this floor is we're actually not getting a relatively large amount of experience, but because we can win a lot of encounters without needing to constantly keep going back, it's actually not that bad. Okay, so this should be a spinner trap. So like for example, we're supposed to be facing south right now, but we definitely just got turned. If you watch closely, you can actually see the layout change. Yeah, so we got turned to face east. So what I want to do is actually I want to go south. So I'm going to turn right and go south. here. I don't know. I think this was safe. I guess I'll cast a Dumapic. Yeah, this is safe. Not even a spinner trap. And this leads back to the top of the dungeon, which is here. Interesting that this path is actually safe too. If we turn left, this will take us to a path that we've never been to before. Pit, okay. Ooh, that was a bad pitfall too. So this is a pit. That's fine, I planned for that. We can just go back the way that we came. I'm gonna heal. I don't anticipate falling into any more pits. I'm going to be avoiding pits from now on, but just in case, I will heal my characters up. There's no real harm to doing this, other than potentially running out of spell points. One important thing is that if you use these chambers, you pretty much never walk into a pit, because you can just walk through these secret doors. Capybaras, we don't actually have much information on them. Let's just do a regular inspection. We don't need to waste spell slots on these monsters. Yeah, they're pretty low level. Probably one of the most important things to get is the HP roll, because that tells you like what level of damage output you need to quickly kill these enemies. Okay, where are we now? And even James has like plenty of Doom Epic casts. He actually has 8 Doom Epics, if needed. Okay, so right now we're here. If I turn right, there is no pitfall. And then if I turn left, it will take me right back to the stairs. So turn right, and then turn left. And the stairs are right here. Perfect. Okay, my map is coming along really nicely. I can't wait to show you guys this map. This is the true Wizardry 1 experience right here. Is anyone close to leveling up? Maptato's getting closer. Pizza's far, far away. Slavar's not that far. Abaddon's very far. Maid is quite far. James is getting closer. Okay, so we can have James and Maptato level up at some point in the near future. I'm pretty sure level 3 Samurai can only cast level 1 wizard spells, by the way. Earlier I said something about them casting level 1 and 2 spells. That's not true. They only cast level 1 spells. I'm going to use Dispel here. Dispel Undead. I love Dispel Undead. Just instant kill 4 zombies. I'm pretty excited just to check out this this alternate path that we found that leads down to the 4th floor. I wonder if this is actually the way to the 5th floor. If all this stuff I've been doing, checking the monster allocation center, if that was just like a dead end or like a secret area. And potentially the way back is actually the other way. Or sorry, the way down is actually the other way. It's kind of cool how there's multiple different ways to access the floors. Oh, 4 bubbly slimes. I'm just gonna have James instant kill them with a Mahalito. We actually don't have a lot of information on some of the lower level enemies. The funny thing is it's actually harder to get the information now because we instant kill the enemies before we have time to inspect them. All right, let's head back to town. I'm gonna try doing that thing where the entire party rests. Oh, let me go to the store first while we're here. Somebody's holding an item that we have not identified yet. Some kind of potion. It's worth 150 gold. Interesting. Okay. So if we go to the inn... Yeah, okay, so if you press the Y button, you can rest the entire party. Cool. Go to the tavern. I'm going to temporarily remove James and replace him with... we can't use Poyo because he's dead. We use new reg. It's funny how they kept in the thing where you have... There's like a weird thing where you have to go into the dungeon to have your bishop identify items. They just can't do it in town for some reason. This is probably just an antidote. Ooh, called it. Not the temple. We could theoretically start resurrecting characters now for gold, but I don't want to do that. I really want Abaddon to learn a resurrection spell. Honestly, with how long it takes a priest to level up, if we get him to level 11 and he still doesn't learn resurrection, it actually might be faster to train a new priest from scratch than it would take like to level up a priest from level 11 to level 12. Alright, we're gonna add James back to the party. Vivi is turned to ashes. We're probably not going to be able to resurrect her. Recovering a mage who's been turned, or yeah, dead character who's been turned to ashes is pretty tough. It's very unlikely. It depends on their vitality score, and Vivi, her vitality score is not even that high. So unfortunately, it would cost a lot of money, and it probably wouldn't be worth it. Alright, I didn't really plan to do this, but let's go check out this alternate path to the 4th floor. I'm already going off script for today. But I like this gameplay loop of doing some mapping, and then doing some exploring, and then doing some mapping, and then doing some exploring. And then we'll come back and then we'll finish up our mapping. I think that's much better than just like doing the same mapping things over and over again, which would probably be less fun to watch. Alright. Yeah, so what we should do is take the direct path down to the 3rd floor, and then we can use the route that we've already mapped out that has no pitfalls. I'll actually bring up the Doom Epic and I'll show you guys the route so you can see it. I won't post my map until the end, if I'm even able to do it. I think I should be able to do it though, but either way, it would just be too much of a hassle to constantly keep uploading the pictures, and I don't have anything like a hand cam that I would feel comfortable using while streaming. Alright, so if I bring up... Okay, so the stairs are on the inside, so I want to turn south and go this way. Now if I open up my Doom Pick, so right now we're standing right here. The safe path goes down here, and then all the way over, and it's just actually just a straight path right to this staircase. As long as you don't step on this path right here, this is where the pit is. So if you try to go this way and wrap around, you're going to fall into a pit. And if you walk too far, you're going to fall into a pit. If you take any other path, you're going to fall into a pit. But if we just go straight down to the 2nd intersection, take a right, and then go all the way to the end, we should be able to find the stairs. So our stairway is here. It's on the inside. It's on the right side. So we're facing this way. We go down through 2 intersections. We turn right. It says turn left, which is wrong. I wonder if you're supposed to do the opposite of what these things say. I'm going to check the mosaics while we're on the way over there. I don't think these toads are particularly dangerous. They have poison, okay. They would also resist fire, so you can't beat them with a Mahalito. You'd have to use a Dalto. Their AC is pretty high though, which means they're actually quite easy to hit. Alright, so we should go... Oh, pizza's poisoned. Let me fix that. Latimophis. Okay, so we're standing... I'll show you guys the Doom Pick. We're standing right here, so we want to go through 1, 2 intersections, and then take the next secret door that we see. So there should be a wall to our right. 1. Turn left, that's wrong. There should be a passage to our right. Turn right, that's wrong. Just go straight. Now the staircase, the staircase should be right here. Ooh, one priestess. Do we know anything about her? I don't think so, because we would know her level. Oh no, interesting. She doesn't have a level listed. Typically, enemy, like humanoid type enemies usually have a level listed, but this one doesn't. Either way, this will be pretty fast. Yeah, we can just take her out with a single multi-attack. Pizza hit 3 times, by the way. Triple attack. Very cool. Ooh, a chest. I'm actually willing to roll on inspect here. No trap. Anything good? Just gold. Alright, we head downstairs. Now we kind of already have a sense of where we are, so I'm not going to cast do my pick right away. What I am going to do is cast a Lomilwa. Okay. Now I guess there's not really a huge difference between going left or right here. So I'm just going to go lefty. And see what happens. I don't see anything too dangerous yet. Ooh, bear. I think we have the bear key already. Yeah, we have the bear statue already, so we can actually get through this door if we want to. Let's see what's through here. Okay, we're getting further away from the staircase. I have to keep that in mind. If we walk through a one-way or if we walk into a teleporter, we're going to be in a lot of danger. Okay, there's 2 doors here. Let's cast a Duma pick. I want to make sure I haven't gotten lost. Seems like these doors are legit. Let's check the door on the inside. Okay, it doesn't seem to be a one-way. Doesn't seem to be a one-way. I'm not sure what's happening right now. We're just going through a sequence of doors with no encounters. Unless something weird is happening here. No, okay. Oh, 6 demons. Okay, 6 demons. They don't look like powerful demons. They look kind of like imps. Gargoyles, okay. 6 gargoyles. They give a lot of experience. That is a bad sign. That means they're very dangerous. Each gargoyle gives 2,400. That means if we clear this group, each of our party members is going to get 2,400 experience, because it's going to be split 6 ways. This is actually a 6v6. 6 demons versus 6 party members. Alright, let's go for it. I'm just going to open up with some melee attacks. I'm going to cast a... Where's our good shield? Bamatu. The problem is if the enemies are about to breathe fire on us or something, Bamatu is not going to keep us safe. I think Latu Mapic is the most important thing, so we have information. I can cast Dilto to make the gargoyles easier to hit. And I'm assuming they probably resist fire, but we can drop a Dalto on them. We only have 3 Dalto though. It's a little risky if we use one right now. I think it's worth it. Yeah, let's drop a Dalto on them. Alright, let's see what happens. I think they have a lot of HP. They actually don't have a lot of HP. I was wrong about that. Ooh, they have magic resistance though. They barely took any damage from that Dalto. Oh no, we haven't cast Dalto yet. Oh, they cast some kind of spell on us. Interesting, okay. I think they resist... No, we did cast the Dalto and they resisted it. We don't know the resistances right now. They definitely have magic resistance of some kind. They're an elemental class. Hey Mirror Fanboy, welcome to the stream. You're sorry for being late, don't worry about it. We're just, we've gotten some really good mapping done. I'll go back to the 3rd floor soon. I'll show you everything that we've mapped out. We've been mapping out the locations of the pit traps so we can explore the 3rd floor more safely. And while we were doing that, we actually found a secret staircase that leads down to an alternate area of the 4th floor, which apparently is populated by demons. And these demons definitely have magic resistance because they took no damage from that Dalto. That means we should be using Dilto on them instead to make it easier for our melee characters to triple attack them. This is where the weakness of the samurai starts to show. Because our samurai has been leveling up so slowly, they're still only a level 9, which means they don't have their triple attack yet, and that is a huge deal. We need our triple attack. I'm going to check to see if the gargoyles did anything in terms of like magic spells. It doesn't look like they cast any spells. Doesn't look like they used any breath weapons. So I don't think they have any special abilities. I think they just have magic resistance and probably like high stats maybe. I'm gonna cast another Dilto. Nice. I'm gonna go back through the combat log. I want to see how hard our characters are hitting. Ooh, Pizza got hit pretty hard there. Yeah, it seems like they're just pure melee attackers. Alright, so round 2. Yeah, Pizza did a triple attack for 22 damage. Silvara did a triple attack for 19 damage. And then Mavtato only hit 1 time for 7 damage. We're seeing it right now. We're just seeing it in real time. Our Samurai is just not outputting as much melee damage compared to our other attackers. Because they're not triple attacking, they're only double attacking. And then if they miss one, their damage just falls off a cliff. 7 damage, while the other ones did like 19 and 22 damage. And we have to kill these gargoyles fast. Pizza again. Silvara again with a big hit. Okay, Mavtato did land a good hit there. We got more information. So they have 50% magic resist, and they have sleep resistance, but they don't have any other abilities. That's important to understand. They do have pretty big magic resistance, but they don't have sleep resistance. And I talked about this during the last stream, but characters with magic resistance, you can still affect them with debuffing spells. There's no chance to resist a debuffing spell. Now, I'm a little bit worried that Maid has some kind of icon around. There's like a bunch of swords pointed at her head. Do you see that? She has like an icon of like swords pointed at her head. I don't know what that means. I guess I'll wait after the battle and see if something happens. Okay, the icon went away, so whatever it is, I can't check to see what it is. Very interesting stuff. Okay, we're in a tricky spot here now. Honestly, the gargoyles were not that dangerous. Okay, so this did take us right back to... I mean, everything that we've done so far has been legitimate. Like, we walked through this passageway, we went here, There hasn't been any kind of traps, no pits, no teleporters, no spinners, nothing. We're just going in the exact direction that we think that we're going. Should we push our luck? I think so. Those demons were not that dangerous. Plus, we could potentially find a secret door that leads back to the main section with the elevator. If we keep going this way. 5 Vorpal bunnies and 5 werebears. That's actually not bad at all. That's like a floor 3 encounter. Okay, the Vorpal bunnies do not have magic resistance. They do have ice resistance. So we should be using fire spells on them. They have 3d6 plus 2 HP. $46. To make sure that we kill all of them, I'm actually going to drop 2 Maholitos. This should average out to be enough damage to kill them, guaranteed. Yeah, so the first one leaves a couple on low health. The second one should finish them off. Yeah. So the damage just kind of averages out. What I like to do is compare the hit dice of the enemies, which gives you an idea of their average HP, versus the damage dice of your spell, which gives you an idea of your average damage. And if you kind of compare those numbers together, you can get a good idea of what spells you need to cast in order to defeat a group of enemies. Chest, I'm definitely going to Calfo here. I do not want to get hit by a trap. Getting hit by a trap this far away from the stairs would be devastating. I think there's a secret door here. Question is, should we take the secret door, or should we just stay on the straight path for now? Let's check the secret door while we're here. Interesting. Okay, it's not a one-way, so we can go back if we need to. A lot of secret doors here. Let's check this one. It's going to fill out the inside section of the map that we're already exploring. This might take us back to the place where we just came from, but if that's true, I'm actually fine with that. Ogres don't have any special abilities. They can also run away. They don't have a lot of hit dice. I'm actually just going to fight them straight up. I don't need any magic to win this encounter. I think they're mostly just going to run away. Yeah. Because our level is so much higher, they're mostly just going to run away from us. So we don't need to waste spells on this encounter. I think identifying when you don't need to waste spells to win an encounter is very important. I need to heal pizza, though, while I'm here. Cure. Pizza. Alright. So we're heading through a sequence of secret doors. I think this takes us... Oh, no. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, here's the answer to the poll. People voted on whether or not we would reach the 5th floor today. 71% of people said yes. The answer is definitely yes. We just reached the 5th floor. 75 now said yes. I think as soon as I said poll, it caused somebody to immediately vote. So 75% of people voted that we would get to the 5th floor today. We just found the 5th floor. So believers are thriving today. Let's head down there. So this is our first time looking at the 5th floor. We have never been to the 5th floor before right now. Immediately located a secret door. I am not going through there. I'm actually just going to go right back upstairs. You know what? Let's check one door. This could go horribly wrong. We don't know what's on the other side of this door. Okay. Huh, interesting. It's just the secret door that connects right to the spot. Well, if we've gone this far, let's check one more door. I'm getting greedy now. I'm getting really greedy. We've gone way further than we should have gone. Okay, I kind of want to see what a 5th floor encounter looks like, but if we do, like, it could just be the death of us. Alright, one more door, one more door. Nothing. One more door. Nothing. Okay, I gotta go back. I gotta go back. This is too risky. We've got a little map of the 5th floor. I'll even show it to you guys. We can cast a Duma pick here. Okay, so this was not what I expected. I thought this was just going to take us back to the place where we've already been. So we've got this little bottom left corner of the 5th floor started. We can see the way that leads out to the main section of the dungeon. I don't want to start exploring this area yet. We're just not prepared with our current... Like, our party is currently exhausted from fighting demons and falling in pit traps. So we're just going to head right back to the way we came. Maybe I'll check this door while I'm here. Okay, yeah, let's see what this is. So this is some kind of outer passageway. Maybe if we go left from here, we can go back to the main passage. That's what my guess would be. Let's try that. Go left from here to... So there should be a door to my left now. Yes, it is. Ooh, 2 dragonflies. Dragonflies are dangerous, not that dangerous, especially if there's only 2 of them. The main thing is they actually don't have a lot of HP. So if you can hit them, you can just kill them before they use their breath weapon. The problem is if they stay alive long enough, they will use their breath weapon, which deals a lot of damage to your whole party. But that actually went pretty well. So this door here should take us back to the main passage, which should take us right back to the stairs. Yeah, so this goes right back to the stairs. I will cast another Duma pick just to update my map. So this is everything we mapped out, this whole area right here. There is still more to explore. It looks like there's other stuff down here. There could potentially be a secret area here, or this is just a stone area. There's also an entire passage on this side that we have not explored yet. There's a ton of stuff that we still have to look forward to. I'm really looking forward to the next stream. The next stream is probably going to be a lot of exploration on the 4th and the 5th floor. So if we go here, this should be the way back. Oh, before I go back, I will show off my current map. That's fine, actually. I can just use the X button. So this is our current map. This is everything we've mapped out on this floor so far. I also have a hand-drawn map sitting in front of me right now that I've been working on. Let me make a new poll actually while I'm here. Do you want to see the hand-drawn map? If you want to see, let me know. I'm going to upload it at the end of this. Well, I don't know. If everybody says that they don't care, then I'm not going to waste the effort that it would take to upload the map. But if people do want to see it, I will upload my hand-drawn map later. I have a hand-drawn map that shows where all the pitfalls are. Yeah, Etrian style would be good, but Wizardry style it's a very different experience. Having to draw your own like map hand-drawn versus being able to draw it in the game. Either way, so we've explored a lot of stuff. I can actually tell you exactly where the pitfalls are. So there's a pitfall here. There's one here. There's one here. Is that true? It says there's one here, but I don't know, because it doesn't look like I've actually stepped on that square before. Oops. There's one here, which is basically right here. There's actually a bunch over here. There's one here. There's traps all over here. There's a spinner trap here, which tries to get you to fall into the pits. There's one over here, which is actually the same one as over here. So yeah, those are all the pits I've found so far. We're going to come back, we're going to find the rest of the pits soon. If anyone's active in the chat right now, let me know if you would prefer to do more mapping of floor 3 and trying to find more pitfalls, or if you would prefer to go down to the 4th floor and try to maybe get into the treasure room, or explore that new area that we discovered, the secret area on the 4th floor. Or I guess that's probably the main area on the 4th floor. I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one is supposed to be the main area and which one's supposed to be the secret area. I think it's just a whole complicated dungeon. I'm really feeling impressed by the dungeon design in this game. It's been a while since I played Wizardry 1. I kind of forgot how intricate the dungeon is, especially once you get this deep in. All of these different connecting paths that lead to different sections on different parts of the dungeon. That's such a cool concept. Chris, you actually would rather us focus on mapping. Okay. I wasn't sure if people get bored of the mapping and like the pitfall stuff. To me personally, it's kind of interesting. I really like going down there and like finding all of the pitfalls, and even though it takes like more than one trip and it takes more effort than like playing a new modern RPG with like a mini map that tells you where everything is, or if there's like obvious indicators that tell you where the pitfalls are, like that's more convenient. This is more hard, but because you have to do it the hard way, it kind of feels more rewarding in a way, which is very fun. I will say I'm not planning to do a very long stream today. I have a few goals. I'm going to accomplish those goals. You also like dungeon design? You're like a fan of dungeon design? Yeah, me too. Just game design in general, but also like dungeon design, level design, that kind of stuff. That's usually like my favorite part about different games. Okay, so I discovered this awesome button that we can use now to rest the entire party. So we don't have to individually rest all of the members, which is cool. I'm actually just gonna go right back into the maze. All right, let's try to discover all of the remaining pitfalls in one trip, so that we don't have to go back and forth a bunch of times. We should be able to get the rest of the pits with one more trip, maybe, hopefully. Yeah, I think I'm the type who actually likes level design even more than world design. Like, the classic example is like Demon Souls versus Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 1 has better world design. It has this big interconnected world where all of the areas are like connected to one another, whereas Demon Souls is more focused on level design. There's not really an emphasis on the world and like how the pieces of the world are connected to each other. Instead, you just individually warp into areas that are just like completed, like well-designed, self-contained levels. And for me, I prefer like those self-contained levels that you can just warp in and out, which is basically how Wizardry works. The game doesn't tell you that it's a warp, but you're basically warping into the dungeon. Oh, that reminds me, I have to go check Steam. I have to make sure I do it within the next couple days, because the 5 Ordeals Wizardry, so it's a newer Wizardry game called the 5 Ordeals. It's on sale this month, and I think the sale ends kind of soon. If I'm gonna buy it, I want to buy it before the sale ends. Gotta be very vigilant about that. I don't want to let it escape my notice. Okay, so I know where I am right now. Right now we're standing right here. The nearest area that we have not mapped out yet is, well, hold on a second. There's 5 rows, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6th row is actually the same as the first row, though, right? Like this. Yeah, this is actually this. So there's only 5 rows. We've mapped out all of the rows in this column already. It looks like going up and then right is going to lead us to where we want to go. It's going to lead us to a section that we have not mapped out yet. So we're going to go here. This is not a pit. So not a pit, not a pit. There's one more ahead that's not a pit. Okay. I'm going to cast my Lamil Wand now. I forgot to do that earlier. Oh my god, he's just sitting out there, just idling his engine as loud as possible. Why? Why would you do that? Isn't that even bad for your bike, too? Like, it's not even a good thing. It's, like, specifically bad for your bike to do that. Okay, so we don't know what's ahead here. I'm going to cast Duma Pick before I go any further. I want to check to see if I've checked this secret area yet. Okay, so there's a secret area to the left that I have not explored yet. I'm going to see if we can get in here, which I actually know that I know that we can. Don't go there yet. Oops. It seems like these enemies always come in the same group of Vorpal bunnies and werebears, which is funny because the Vorpal bunnies are the way more dangerous ones. I guess that's kind of a joke. Or it's like intentional design. Alright, let's drop a double Mahalito on the Vorpal bunnies. I would say the one thing that I maybe don't love about Wizardry is that there's... it's kind of a good thing and a bad thing. There's no way to boost the damage of your spells. Like, it's not tied to your caster's level, it's not tied to their intelligence stat. It's... every spell just has like a fixed amount of damage that it deals, and it just deals that amount of damage. So in one sense, that is kind of a bad thing, because it means like no matter how much you level up your mages, or if you try to get mages with like good stats, like it doesn't matter, they're not going to deal any more damage. On the other hand, one good thing about this design is that it makes it so that multi-class casters are just as good as pure casters, in a sense, because they deal the same amount of damage, which is kind of cool. Giant Toads surprised us, but they just ran away. There aren't very many games where, like, if you multi-class as a spellcaster, your spells are just as strong as they would be if you stayed as, like, a pure caster. Oh my god, he finally drove away. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable nonsense. Okay, so we actually have not mapped this passage yet either. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to step here. This could potentially be a pit. And then no matter what this is, I'm going to go south from here. This is a spinner. I just saw... Did you just see a spin? If you pay attention, it's going to be hard to show it off now, but I can see it because I'm looking at the archived footage. But if you go like this, as soon as I step on this tile, the image of what I'm looking at on the screen actually changes. Yeah, that's a spinner trap. Well, we know this way is safe, right? So let me do this. I can actually show you guys. Okay, so when I step forward, let me mark this on my map as a spinner. And that means that there's a spinner down here. Yeah. Okay, so this is a spinner's trap. So when I step forward, what you're going to see, if you look right now, you can see like straight ahead, and then to my left, there's like a glowing wall. When I step forward, that glowing wall is going to disappear. It's going to be replaced by something else. Yeah, see, we just spun. Now the glowing wall is over here. So we were facing this way. The spinner just turned us to the left. It's trying to get us confused and trying to trick us to walk into a pitfall. So what I'm going to do now, I want to go south. So I'm going to cast a Doom Epic so I can tell which way I'm facing. So I'm currently facing north. So I'm going to turn around. I'm going to go south. Now this could potentially be a pit. It is not. But it actually leads to a pitfall. So if we turn left, this over here, this is for sure a pit. This is definitely a pit. What I want to check is the secret areas around here to see if I've explored any of them yet. So I have explored the one to the right, and actually I've also explored the one to the left. So if you want to avoid this pit, all you need to do is just go through here. if we use these side areas, we can actually get back to the main area without ever falling into the pit. Now, a bunch of ninja are kind of scary. They have a small chance to inflict instant death on us. Poison's not as bad. They don't have magic resistance. They do have sleep resist. Almost everything in the game has sleep resist. Which I guess makes sense. I mean, the sleep spell, it's literally a level 1 spell. If enemies didn't resist it, it would mean you could win most encounters just by casting a level 1 spell. Should I Mahalito here? I'm kind of scared. There's still 5 ninjas standing. And we're not dealing a lot of melee damage to them. Yeah, they're not good at dodging fire. Every time a ninja hits one of my characters, I get really scared they're about to get hit with instant death. Ooh, that was a big hit from Pizza. I will Calfo here. Crossbow. That's like the least dangerous trap. Ooh, we got robes. And armor. Okay, cool. 2 chests. Oh, we need to cure Matato's poison. We have a poison cure. It is Latimophis. It's interesting that the spell for curing poison is a higher level than the spell for curing paralysis. Because you would think that, like, paralysis is, like, way more devastating of a status effect. So you would think that it would be, like, a higher priority. Alright, so this is the way to the elevator. We're not going to the elevator. We're going to here, and then to my left is going to be the stairs. So we're right back at the staircase now. I think I see there's one... we know what this is. This is this symbol here. So there's 1, 2, 3. There's actually only 4 sections that we have not checked yet. We can definitely check 4 more sections. I think even if they all had pitfalls, we could check them. The only thing is that Mavtato and James are both ready to level up, which is huge. Mavtato hitting level 10 is going to be massive. That's going to get them their triple attack. And if I'm not mistaken, they actually have 18 strength, yeah. So this is a triple attack where every attack has plus 15% chance to hit and also deals plus 3 damage. That's an extra 9 damage total. James also leveling up is a really big deal. It's going to give them access to the 5th circle of magic, which I don't think we've had any characters reach the 5th circle of arcane magic yet. Okay, so from here we want to go south. So the stairs are here, so turning to the right is going to be south. Across this path, this path, this path. Now we've never been... Oh, what just happened? Hold on a second, I just saw something happen. I don't know what it was, but something just happened. I think we stepped on a spinner. Let me figure out where I am right now. Hold on a second. Yeah, we did. Okay, sorry. We stepped on a spinner, but I actually didn't mean to. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, that was a spinner. So hold on a second. We are on the 5th row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then... Are there 2 spinners? Or did I mark something wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, 3, 4. So I think this might be a spinner that I never noticed before. Let me step back on here, turn around, go here. Cast Demon Pick. Okay, interesting. That is a weird spinner trap. It looks like it doesn't always activate. And then here, we actually already know that this is a pitfall. We already know that this is a pitfall. So I don't even need to go that way. And we know this is a pitfall too. I'm actually realizing that a lot of the places that I thought I had not mapped out yet, I actually have already mapped out because of the screen wrapping effect. So there should be a pitfall here and here that we've already seen. This is a spinner trap that we've already seen. While we're here, we'll go explore this area over here, though. Let me also just tag these floors, spaces that I haven't stepped on yet. So go here, go back up here. Okay, am I going to get hit with a spinner again? No, I didn't. Huh. So this one only spins you like maybe the first time you step on it, and then after that it doesn't. So this... Oh, that's the spinner too. The spinner moves. Is that what's happening? No, this is... Okay, sorry, this is the spinner that we've already identified. Okay, there's something going on here. I think this might be a spinner too. We should get rid of that. I think these might both be spinners. But either way, we know where we are now. We're here, and we're facing west. So if I back up, this is going to take me to the place where I'm trying to go. South from here, there should be a pitfall right here that I'm not going to step in. What I want to do is go in here. This should be a secret area that I haven't mapped out yet. And then once we go through here, we'll figure out where we are. These monsters can paralyze us, but other than that, they're not super dangerous. What do they resist? Only sleep? I can use a Mahalito here, right? I'm kind of running low on charges, but it's fine. Yeah, they don't have a lot of HP, so a single Mahalito can defeat them. Okay, let me map out this area, and then we'll see if we want to explore in this direction or if we want to head back. So this is... It's fine, we have plenty of other Dumapic casters. All the preparation we did in like the first and second stream, getting Dumapic onto our thief and getting a samurai with Dumapic as well. Like, this goes so far in allowing us to more safely explore. Okay, so we don't want to go here. There's a pit trap here, so we don't want to go this way. We want to go back up through here. And then check this room next. And then the last place that we haven't checked yet is actually... So, safe, pit, spinner. Hold on a second. This is safe. This is safe immediately to my left. To my right is a pit. After that is a spinner. After that is actually a pit. This is the same pit that I've already mapped out. I think I messed something up with between the third and the fourth column at some point, because I drew the lines like way too wide, and it caused me to squish some of them together, which might be why I'm confusing the position of this other spinner trap. Because I think this is just another pit over here that we've already explored. It seems like we've stepped on every tile already. I mean, I can go back over there later and confirm it, but I think this is just another pit. I think this just connects right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, sorry, hold on a second. Of course. The sixth row is the same as the first row, so there's something here that I haven't explored yet. So yeah, I do need to go back this way. So we need to go back through here, this way, here, and then... Let me bring this up again. So we should be here. This should be safe. And then we have to find a way to get into the secret room over here. Don't see an entrance on that side. Okay, the entrance is right here. 7 capybaras. Very weak enemies. try to do some inspection. I'm not sure what we learned. Maybe just their HP range. The other columns are still marked as unknown. Unknown is different from being empty. If there's nothing there, it tells you that they have nothing. It tells you that they have no special abilities. If it says unknown, it just means you haven't succeeded at the identification check yet. Okay. I want to map out these rooms entirely while I'm in here anyway. Okay, so we should be in very close to a section that we have not explored yet. I need Maid to cast a Duma pick. Okay, so this is... I think this is a pit that we've fallen in before, but it's not necessarily... Hold on a second. So this is safe. This is a pit. This is actually a spinner. So we're going to have to step on this spinner. And then this, I think, is a pit. Now we know this is a pit. This lines up with the staircase. So what is this here? One, two, three, four. Oh, there's only 4 rows. There's only 4 rows. I thought there was 5. I thought there was 5 rows and the wraparound created 6. There's actually only 4 rows and the wraparound creates 5. Or sorry, there's only 4 columns. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's 5 rows and only 4 columns. I thought it was 5 by 5. It's not 5 by 5. It's not 5 by 5. That's what's been throwing me off. So I messed up my columns at some point because I thought that there was 5 columns when there's actually not, which means I need to squish some of these things together. Because this spinner trap is actually, I thought it was over here, but it's actually over here. There's a spinner trap here. This is why I thought the spinner trap was moving too. So this should be a spinner right here. Okay, now we're facing... I actually don't know which way we're facing. I have no idea which way we're facing. I have to use another Duma pick. Okay, now we're facing south. South from the spinner is a safe area, but I actually want to go north so I can map out this territory that I have not mapped yet. So we're going to go north. This should take us directly into a wall, which leads back to the main staircase. Yes, okay. So here's the only problem, is my map is like really messed up. Because there's a pit somewhere around here that I don't know about. So hold on, there should be a pit here. Let me confirm that. There's no pit there. Yeah, there's no pit here. That's completely wrong. Okay, that solves a lot of issues. I drew a pit in a space where there's actually no pit. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, this is the one that's confusing me now. There's something going on the bottom row that I messed up. So let me go back to the staircase. I accidentally marked a pit in a space where there was nothing, and it caused me to mess up the entire width of the dungeon. Ogres are no threat to us, we can just attack them. Hey Zach the Vampire Gaming, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? We just got massively confused trying to map out all the pitfalls in this dungeon. We're having fun though. The only thing I need to find out is the nature of this spinner trap down here. So the stairs should be here. Yes, okay. So from the stairs, there should be 1 safe spot, 2 safe spots. Now, I think the spinner is here. So there's a glowing wall. I'm going to show you. There's a glowing wall right here. When we step forward, if the position of this wall gets changed, that means we're about to step onto a spinner. Yes, this is a spinner. Okay, so this is a spinner. I think this tile being a spinner also contributed to me getting very confused. So let me cast Doom a Pick. Now I want to go east from here, because I need to see what's actually over here. I don't know if this is a spinner anymore. So I'm going to take one step backwards. I'm going to turn around. Now we have... Okay, so we have a glowing tile over here on the left side. You see this? These tiles are glowing. If these move, it means we're stepping on a spinner. This is not a spinner. Okay, I figured it out. I messed up. I got the position of the spinner backwards, ironically because of the spinner itself, causing me to get confused. So the spinner is actually over here. And with that, I think my map is complete. 1, 2... Let me count all of the floors to make sure I have the right number of rows. There's a whole secret area over here with an elevator inside. We don't really need to map that out. We just need to know the positions of the pitfalls and the safe tiles that we can walk on. So first, I'm going to bring up this. This is safe. This is a pit. This is a spinner. This is a pit. This wraps around to the safe tile. This is safe, 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 safe. This entire row is safe. This entire second row is safe. These are both pits. On the left side, you have a pit. Then you have a big secret area in the middle. This big secret area basically just leads to the elevator, and it is a one-way, so there's not really any reason to ever go in here. Or, I guess you go in here to unlock the elevator, but after, like, you can't take the elevator back down here, because if you do, you're just stuck in this little area that you can't get out of. This spot near the stairway is safe. This right here wraps around to the pitfall on the other side. Then you go down one row, there's a pitfall here. Safe, safe, safe. This wraps around to the existing pitfall. That's correct. This is safe, 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 and then a spinner. This spinner caused us a lot of problems. This wraps back around to the safe area over here. And then this bottom row is the same as the top row. So this should be safe, pit, spinner, pit, safe. And that's these connections up here. Safe, pit, spinner, pit, and then it wraps right back around to the safe tile over here. I'm doing great, Zach. I'm doing phenomenal. I'm doing fantastic. It's been a great week for me. I don't know if I sound sarcastic or not, but that's just how my voice always sounds. I'm actually doing great. Alright, so now I actually don't know where I am, so let me cast another Doom Epic. I spent so much time looking at my map, I forgot where I actually was in the game. We're running out of Doom Epics, but it's fine. We have James. He has 8 Doom Epic casts. Okay, so from here, I'm gonna go forward, I'm gonna turn left, right, and then that'll take me back to the stairs. Left, right, and then the stairway is right here. Perfect. Awesome. I feel very confident that we have mapped out this floor in its entirety. I'm not going to show off my personal map yet. I want to go back down to the 4th floor and do some exploration one more time. And then maybe I will upload my map, and then we can end the stream with that. And we'll actually compare it against the 3rd floor map. Oh yeah, actually, I know exactly what I want to do. I know exactly what I want to do. Pram, you took a really long time to get to your office? Stuck in traffic or something? We have 2 level ups, by the way. These are big level ups. Huge level ups. Mavtato is going to get triple attack as a level 10 samurai. And James is going to potentially learn some good new spells. Very excited about this. Let's run back to town. Excuse me. We're gonna go this way. And we're gonna go here. Perfect. Okay, I want to rest everybody first. Then we're gonna level up. Okay, Mavtato, They're probably not going to get anything out of this other than just their triple attack, because their HP is already very high, and their stats are already very high. Okay. Stats went up even a little bit more. Oh, also they actually got, yeah, of course. They're a samurai, so that means they have magic access, so they actually got a Mahalito as well. And more spell points. And all of their stats, multiple of their stats level up. Man, their stats are incredible. Mavtato has incredible stats, guys. The maximum stat is 18. They have 18, 16, 17, 18, 14, 18. That's like almost perfect. James levels up. James looks pretty good as well. He's got Memorless, Makanito, and Madalto. So 3 new spells. 3 new high tier spells, a ton of new spell points, a little bit of HP. Vitality went up, that's huge. You need vitality on your mages. Strength and piety doesn't matter. Very cool. Stat Mirai. Let's check out our new spells. These are all tier 5 spells. Memorless is Terror. This is basically just a more powerful version of Moreless, so Moreless. So this is Moreless plus Ma. I guess it's like extra Moreless or something. Makanito, so this should be an extra version of Kanito, but I don't think there's a Kanito spell. There's a Halito spell. Oh, Katino. So Katino gets changed to Kanito. So Katino gets changed to Makanito instead of Makatino. I wonder why. Either way. This kills all monsters. So this is just like an AoE death effect. It doesn't actually work that well. The monsters have a chance to resist it, but it's pretty powerful if I remember correctly. But I think monsters do have a chance to resist it. It also depends on their level, but very 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 strong. We'll see. And Madalto, very good. This is going to be one of the best AoE spells. The only enemies that Madalto won't kill are enemies who specifically have ice resistance. If they have ice resistance, they probably don't have death resistance, so we can just hit them with Makanito instead. So this is a very strong kit. The only thing I could ask for is just more spell points, honestly. Because we have a debuff for enemies who resist magic. We have instant death for enemies who resist frost. And then we have frost magic for enemies who resist death. And then Mavtato actually got a spell too, which is their first tier 3 spell, which is Mahalito, which is good. That's just another AoE damage spell. If we have a lot of enemies to take care of, we could potentially have Mavtato cast an AoE spell instead of doing a single target attack. So the versatility of having like a fighter and a caster slot combined into one. While we're here, let's also check experience. I want to show this off again, just like the difference in the experience curve. So for a samurai to reach level 11 requires 196,000 experience. For a fighter, only requires 134,000. That is a massive difference. I'm going to get my calculator for that one. 194 over 134. Yeah, it's like a 44% increase in the amount of experience needed. Priest is 141. Thief is only 121. Can't check mage. We'd have to wait for James to level up first. By the time Mavtato gets to level 11, Pizza's almost going to be level 12 already. If not, he'll probably already be level 12. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is... Oh, hold on a second. We've got a couple of new items to identify. Let's add Reg to the party. Head into the dungeon. If I remember correctly, we got a set of robes and also a suit of armor, which could potentially, either one could be magic. I really want a +1 sword. That's like the main thing that I want. If that's Reg. If that's Reg. Okay. So we're going to identify the armor. Chainmail +1, that's pretty good. Robes. Just regular robes. They are cursed. It is a set of cursed robes, and Reg just put them on automatically. It should be pretty cheap to take this off. I need to see which classes wear chainmail. Can Maid equip it? No. Abaddon wears breastplate, which is better than chainmail. I mean, I think we determined during the last stream that chainmail +1 is pretty much only good for selling gold, because any class that can equip chainmail can also just equip plate mail or breastplate. So you just end up having more armor with the breastplate, and you don't really need the chainmail. Yeah, so like plate mail, for example, is -5, and it's cheaper than a chainmail +1. So you just take the chainmail +1 and you just sell it. It's just like a profit. Pram asks if cursed gear have any kind of bonuses, or do they straight up trash that you need to get rid of? So they actually have penalties. So I'll show this to you. Let me go into the shop. Go to Reg's inventory. You can see that the robes that he has equipped actually give -1 armor class. Hold on a second. Oh, huh, interesting, okay. I guess they're not, in this case they're not that bad. Typically, they do something like increase your armor class instead of decreasing it. For some reason, in this case, it actually is just a normal set of robes, and the only thing is that he can't take it off. But also, it's like the worst armor set in the game, so being stuck wearing the worst armor set in the game is like not that helpful. We obviously want to get rid of it. Okay, am I crazy, or can he just not equip it? Oh, we can just sell it. Okay, maybe that wasn't cursed. I think I just misunderstood the situation. I don't think that was cursed. I think he just equipped it automatically for some reason. That was just my mistake. That was not a cursed set of robes. So that was not the best example to show off. Let me go to the training grounds. I'll show you Poyo. Poyo has a cursed item equipped. Yeah, this deadly ring. Deadly ring is cursed and cannot be unequipped. We have to visit Boltax to remove it. It actually doesn't have any kind of modifier though, if I remember correctly, so once again, it's not a great example. We have to find like a cursed item that has like instead of decreasing your armor class and making you harder to hit, it will increase your armor class and make you easier to hit. Or there's weapons that have like negative attack and negative damage penalties, and you can't remove them. But no, I don't think there's any cursed items that give you like a bonus. Hello Faye, you're back from dinner. What did you miss? We finished mapping out the 3rd floor. I'll show off my map. Not yet, but I'm going to show it off in the near future. And we discovered a secret path to the 4th floor, which I will show off in a little bit. I want to go back to the elevator first. I want to go back to the elevator and try to get past the area that's blocked by the monster allocation squad. So let's go back there first. Oh, actually, before we do that, let's make sure we cast our buffs. How was your dinner, by the way? Not perfect. Yeah, Reg just really wanted to wear some robes instead of armor. It'd be nice if we could find some magical... Oh, I didn't sell the chainmail while I was in town. It's not a big deal. We'll sell it next time we go back. Looks like everybody wants to see the map. Actually, there's 8 people who voted. Wow. Thank you, lurkers, for being here and for voting. Okay, Lamilwa, we're going to cast some light. I'm going to set up this encounter. I'm not going to go in there yet. So this should trigger a battle against rotting corpses. We can just dispel them quickly. Instant death on one of them. It was great. That's good to hear. What did you have? Where'd you go? Alright, so this is the Monster Allocation Center. When you walk through here, it triggers a mandatory boss battle. I'm going to very quickly go refill my water. I recommend you do the same if you haven't drank any water anytime recently. And when I get back, we are going to try this boss battle with now a much stronger party than we had last time. Last time, I think 2 of our characters got killed. Alright, I'm back. And while I was doing that, I actually took a picture of the map that I drew. So I will be able to show it off in the very near future, not immediately, but not right this second. But actually, let me do some cropping. I'm going to crop the photo while we're sitting here. You went to Poncho's. I guess it's a local restaurant that serves Mexican food. That's cool. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to do this. I want to crop the image down so it just shows the map instead of all the other stuff. And then I can resize it too while I'm here. Pram says, you have your fingers crossed for a successful boss battle with no losses. So last time we actually got hit by an instant death attack, and I think we calculated the chance was only 5%. So that was kind of rough. And it was the first, if I remember correctly, it was like the first attack that hit us too. Like we just instantly got hit by an instant death attack on the first turn. Or it was, at the very least, it was like the first attack that hit Silvara instant killed her. That's what led to me changing things to where I decided to let people vote on resurrecting characters instead of going with full permadeath. Alright, so here we go. So High Ninja, 2 High Priests, and 2 level 7 Mages. This is actually not as bad as last time. Last time, if I'm not mistaken, there was 2 additional fighters in the party. Let's see how much information we have on these characters as well. So we don't know that much about the Mages. We know a decent amount about the Ninja. And these High Priests have a lot of HP and a lot of spellcasting ability. If I remember correctly, I think we kind of determined that the High Priest is like pretty dangerous. These level 7 mages are no joke though. So I think the mages are going to be the most susceptible to just getting chopped down with melee attacks. I wish I knew what level the High Ninja was. If I knew which level he was, I could potentially, like, or if I knew his HP value or if I knew which level he was, I could base my plan around that. I'm going to do something very stupid. I think I'm going to keep him alive for 1 turn. Like, intentionally. Let me upload this picture while I'm here. I'll do it while the turn is playing out. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do, I think I'm going to cast an instant death spell. On the mages. I'm not sure. I feel like the priests are the most dangerous characters and they have so much HP. Okay, hold on a second. Let's chop the mages down with melee attacks, and then we're just going to cast like. Oh, we can't actually cast any spells this turn. Okay, never mind. This actually plays to our advantage. Because what we can do is this. We can start identifying enemy groups this turn, because we can't cast any spells this turn. Because it's a surprise round. But that actually really helps us out, because it allows us to get rid of the mages before the fight really starts. Okay. We actually know the mages' HP range, which is something we could have guessed anyway. Because they are mages, which have 4 hit dice, and we know they're level 7. So 7d4 is exactly what they should have. Okay, how badly do I want to kill this mage? Pretty badly. I'm willing to send 2 attacks into the mage just to get rid of him. I'm going to have Silvara I think I'm actually going to have Silvara cast a defensive spell to decrease the chance. Does she have a defensive spell? Yes, she has Bama too. I'm going to have her cast a defensive spell to decrease the chance that we get hit by an instant death attack. I'm going to have Abaddon cast Lizokan on the priests. Maid is going to cast Dalto on the priests. And then James is going to cast... I'm willing to cast Madalto here, I think, on these priests. I have to get rid of these priests, and they're also going to use a silencing spell on us too. So they're going to stop us from being able to cast spells if we don't get rid of them fast enough. Hey Artemis Fowl, welcome to the stream. You say hello Ellery, I say hello Artemis Fowl. How are you doing today? Alright. Well, I can't really look away from the screen while this turn is playing out because I need to see exactly what happens. Alright, let's let this turn play out, and then I'll upload my photo while I'm doing that. I'm getting ready to upload a photo of the map so you guys can see the map that I drew. It doesn't look very good. Okay, that's good. That's great. That's perfect. Okay, we got rid of them. Now all that's left is the ninja. Oh my god, he just instant killed somebody, didn't he? No, he didn't. Okay. He hit somebody. He did not instant kill them. That is a relief. Did we get any information? Abaddon. Oh, actually, we did not cast any information gathering spells yet. If that's the case, I'm actually going to spend one turn sandbagging. Once again, this is so risky. I should not be doing this against an enemy with instant death, but I have to learn what I can about him. Yeah, Maptato, instant killed. Instant killed. Nothing we can do about that. That's a character that we invested so much experience into as well. Pram says, not today, instant death. I got some bad news for you. You're just about to see that happen, like, right after you said that. Right after you typed that in chat, this character got instantly killed. And it's Maptato, too. One of our most valuable characters. I really wanted to... I want to get some information. Okay, this is important information. The thief has 12 d4 HP, or the ninja has 12 d4 HP. That makes me feel like he's a level 12 character. Which, if that's true, that's insane. But that might be why his instant death chance is so high. Okay, what do we do to win from this position? I mean, we can win. I'm pretty sure we can win. This ninja's actually pretty hard to hit. A lot of our attacks are missing. Well, his base armor class is -1. That's kind of important. God, he hits Silvara for 32 damage. Okay, he hits extremely hard, and he's also extremely hard to hit. This is terrifying, guys. Our armor class is -8, and he still hit us for 32 damage. Like, how is he hitting? I have to manually approve the upload of these files from my phone to my drive because I don't have a connection to Wi-Fi right now. I turn off the Wi-Fi on my phone whenever I'm streaming. Okay, Ugh, this is horrifying. If he hits somebody else, there's like another chance for him to instant kill somebody. Can we burst him down before he can do anything? I don't even know if he has magic resistance either. That's the scary thing. Let me Dalto him. I think Dalto will kill him. Yeah, he's blocking so many attacks. His armor class being -1 is actually a big deal because we don't have that many accuracy boosters. Okay, we got him. Unfortunately, same as last time, because we had characters die in here, we can't push forward, we have to go back now. And we also have to win an encounter against an alarm group with our party members, like, with one of our strongest party members already being gone. I'm gonna cast a Dialma on Silvara, get her back up to hopefully full. I'll cast another one, honestly. Yeah, that could have gone better. That is just a brutal encounter. The instant death is like such a big deal. Now, granted, I could have rushed the enemy down. I could have ended that fight faster. I was really sandbagging there, trying to identify the enemies and get information, and I didn't even get the information I wanted. I need to see his resistances. That's very important. We did not get that information. Alright, we're gonna get attacked by an alarm group. I hope it's not the most dangerous one with the gas dragons and dragonflies. Okay, 3 were-rats, that's nothing. Yeah, I feel like until we get magic weapons, we're not going to have the power to get through this room. So I think we're going to have to save this room for later. I think what we should be focusing on for like the immediate exploration is taking the other path down to the 4th floor and examining those passages where we know they're mostly populated by monsters that we are capable of fighting. We're gonna have to resurrect Mavtato. I think. Either that or I'm gonna have to train another fighter off stream. Because I don't think you guys would enjoy watching me stream like 2 hours of just training a replacement fighter. Also, actually, we can try to revive Mavtato. We don't even have a guarantee that it will work. Mavtato could get turned to ash. Sometimes your resurrection spells just fail. It's quite bad. I think we have a backup fighter ready. Let's give all of Mavtato's equipment to James. Yeah, I need some more accurate weapons because I'm not going to be able to consistently hit that ninja with my current attack power. It's basically like a 50-50, I think, or maybe even worse. Alright, let me go to the tavern first. I want to see if we have a replacement fighter ready. In terms of levels, our highest fighter is Chris 2, who is actually level 8, which is decent. Not amazing. They don't even have their triple attack yet. Their HP is quite low. They don't have any multi-class abilities. Their age is actually kind of high. Their stats are pretty mediocre. Then the next best is Passamon, whose real only advantage is that they're kind of young. Alright, let's see about reviving Mavtato then. Moment of truth here. We do not want them to get turned to ash. Okay, the resurrection was successful. That's a huge deal. That's going to take a lot of weight off of our shoulders here. Priest, Thief, Mage. Okay, we've actually got a complete party now. I'm going to rest the entire party. Then we're going to take James, who should be holding all of your gear, and we're going to give it back to you. Yeah, we really need some +1 longswords. What we can do is, we have a little bit of gold. We can buy a set of copper gloves for a pizza or a Mavtato. Yeah, that was a huge relief. It can be very stressful, especially because this game basically functions on Iron Man rules. Like, whatever happens is, like, permanent. So, you know, you can pay a pretty high price for a chance to resurrect your characters, but if they get turned to ash, you can't just, like, reload your save. And then, when they're turned to ash, it's actually it's even less likely to be able to bring them back. And then if that fails, their body can just get completely disintegrated, and you lose them forever. Yeah, let's buy some copper gloves while we're here. I think, yeah, we can buy them. I think getting a set of copper gloves for Mavtato is going to be important. We really don't want them to die again. Also, I'm kind of curious why Silvara has the lower armor class. Oh, because she has the plate mail +1, okay. There's also somebody who should be holding a suit of magic chainmail. Yeah, we can sell that. Yeah, it's basically the same price as the breastplate, but it has worse armor class. In theory, it should be useful for equipping on characters who don't have, like, proficiency for heavy armor, but like every character has the proficiency. If they have chainmail proficiency, they have breastplate proficiency, as far as I could tell. We do have a breastplate +1, but I think Abaddon's the only one who uses that. Yeah, so Abaddon has breastplate proficiency, but they don't have plate mail. So like, for a priest character, they would be wearing a breastplate. For a fighter, they'd be wearing plate mail. For a thief, they can't wear chainmail. They can only wear leather armor. So there is no character who would really ever want to use chainmail in this game. Alright, we spent a lot of our gold, but we've gained a lot of experience, so I guess it's a trade-off. Let me do something really quick. I don't know what this is going to do to the stream. Shouldn't cause any problems. Yeah, it looks like everything's still showing. It might have cut off the audio from the game. Yeah, it looks like the game audio was temporarily silenced. I'm going to get the picture of my map, and I'm going to get it ready to show you guys. I've already uploaded it, so I just have to download it from my drive now. We'll move this. I think I have specific like Wizardry folder in my YouTube folder. Yeah, I do. Because I had other graphics that I was showing off in there before. Okay. You know what I should do is actually let's actually go down to the 3rd floor before we check the map. Before I show you guys the map. So that way you can see it like a side-by-side comparison with the in-game map. And then after I show you guys my map, I'm going to do a quick exploration on the 4th floor, and then that's probably going to be it for today's stream. I have other stuff that I need and want to do before Saturday. And then I have another stream to prepare for on Saturday. And I have to make a thumbnail for my video that's coming out, which I have not done yet. I was waiting to see which video I was going to put out this week. I have a couple different ones that I was deciding between. It's just going to be more Fire Emblem stuff for now. I don't know if anybody here is a fan of the platformer games known as Rayman, but I've been playing a bunch of that off stream and recording all of the footage. And what I'm trying to do, I'm not going to put out the first video yet. What I want to do is get like 8 videos ready so that I have like 2 months worth of Rayman content, and then I'm just going to like schedule that so that I have like a bunch of content uploading, that I don't need to work on editing videos like on a week-by-week basis. I'll just have like a huge backlog of videos ready to come out. And if I do it that way, that will give me more free time to work on other videos, so I could potentially have like 2 videos coming out every week. Or what I could do is just release the Rayman videos like twice a month, and then Fire Emblem videos like twice a month. So it would be like around the same pace as what I'm doing now, but just like a more variety of content. I'm not sure yet what I want to do. But if you like those games, look forward to it, because they will be coming out soon. Alright, so this is the in-game map. I'm going to try to transpose my map onto it in a way that makes sense. So let me bring that in now. Media file, I guess. No, that's for like BGM. There should be like a image source. There's a variable image. Right now it's currently a picture that, oh yeah. Okay. Just look at that for a second. I have this set up so that I can just change like what image it's showing. I didn't realize that it was going to show like the last image that we used. Alright. So this is the map that I've drawn. There's a Millie guest appearance for today. So this is the map that I've drawn. You can kind of see how things line up if I actually line it directly up with the in-game map. I bet you could see it. It would be cool if we could do like transparency or something, but we can't do transparency. If I go like this, you can kind of see how it lines up with the in-game map. I didn't draw everything like the right distance, but you can see how everything lines up. The circles are safe tiles to step on, and the X's are pit traps. So if you look up here, you can see there's a circle here, and then an X here. And then if I get rid of this, you can see there's a safe spot here and a pit trap here, which actually you guys can't see what I'm pointing at right now, so it doesn't help you in any way, shape, or form. I guess not, sorry, Pram can actually kind of make it out. So this is my map. Let me bring it up and let me actually, if I make it a little bit smaller, so you can look at both maps side by side, this might help. Oh yeah, this probably helps a lot. So let me go back into the game. Definitely a goofy little, definitely a goofy little hand-drawn map, but it is what it is. So you can kind of see how the X's and the circles match up. Like circle here, safe here, pit trap. Actually can't see my map because I just put it away. I put it in a spot where you guys can see it, but I actually can't see it, which is very foolish of me. I think it's safe, pit, spinner, pit, safe. Yeah, because this wraps around, so this is the same safe tile over here. And then down here we have safe, like circle, 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 circle. This is the second row I told you guys about, which the entire second row is safe here. Now, if you look, you can see that if we take this path south from the staircase, we go down here. This entire route here is safe, and it leads right to the stairs. The only thing is that there's actually a spinner trap. I think there's a spinner here that I never noticed before, which can cause a ton of problems. No, there's no spinner here. I guess the spinner is over there. I don't know where the spinner is. I'm so confused about this spinner. But either way, honestly, that spinner has caused me no end of problems. If you look at it, it's up here. Actually, this might be behind the... You might not be able to see my cursor because I think this is behind the image. But either way, if you look at the spinner in like the bottom right corner of my map, my hand-drawn map, I have no idea exactly where that spinner trap is. It seems like it always moves to a different location, where it just like the nature of the spinner itself just confuses me and caused me to mark it into the wrong area. We'll head down to the 4th floor. Ooh, treasure chest. Because we have like a safe path that leads right back, I'll actually just disarm it the conventional way. The last time we opened this chest, we got magic armor and a set of robes. Unfortunately, this time there was nothing in there. Alright, very, very quickly, before I do anything else, I'm going to quickly make my map invisible. I will show it off again before the stream ends, but we don't really need it on the screen while we're exploring a different floor. So if we go west from here, this should lead to a new area that we have not explored yet. So I'm interested to check out this area. We can either go west or we can go south. I'm kind of interested to go west first. Either that or we can go down to... Well, hold on a second. There's actually there's like a couple different decisions we could do here. I don't know if there's really time to run an entire poll about it. If anyone in the chat has an opinion, we can either go west. So we can go west, we can explore this area, this whole left side of the map that's unexplored. We can go south, we can explore this area. Or we could potentially go down to the 5th floor and try to find, we could try to fight like a 5th floor monster encounter, which is something we have not done yet, which could be interesting. Don't know if anyone has an opinion on that. I'm actually not sure what I'd like to do. Don't have any strong opinions yet. Let's start going this way. I think I'm going the opposite of where I thought I was going. Well, let's just go this way while we're here then. Alright, let's see where we are now. Easily casted Doom pick. Okay, yeah. So somehow we went the opposite way. I think the stairways always mess me up. I always think that the stair is on the opposite side of where it actually is. Either way, from here, if we go left, this kind of goes inward. If we go south, this kind of goes this way. So this is not a mirror of the opposite side. This seems to have like something up here, whereas this doesn't have anything up until down here. I want to go left. This takes me closer to the treasure repository. Ooh. 6 attack dogs and 6 armored men. These are probably level something fighters. I don't know what level. We did surprise the monsters, so that's good. It's a good start. I'm going to try everything that I can to identify them. I think the attack dogs are not that scary. Okay, these are just noted as swordsmen. They don't have a level or a class. It looks like the attack dogs are actually the more dangerous ones, funny enough. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to cast a Latum Epic, and then I'm going to hit the swordsman with Mahalito. Let's see what happens. Okay, so they don't have a ton of HP. Pram says it reminds you of an old adventure series books where you overlay a see-through paper with marks over a map and see where you're supposed to go, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, that sounds pretty cool. So there's like a paper on top that has like information, like a semi-transparent paper on top that has information, and then when you put that on top of the map, it kind of reveals the locations of things on the map. That makes sense to me. I forget what it's called, but I know there's like a term for that. Alright, so we're kind of close to the treasure repository right now. I don't know if that means these are going to be additional treasure rooms or if they're going to be something else. But might as well check it out while we're here. No secret doors yet. Seems like this is just a loop. Level 3 ninjas are not as dangerous as a high ninja. Level 12 high ninja. They're still pretty dangerous though. Do we have all the information on them? Yes, we do. So I do notice that the HP range for the high ninja is 12d4, and for these ones it's 3d8. And I'm pretty sure ninja have an 8-sided hit die. So I think that is the high ninja is not level 12. I think he's level 6. Once again, we're just going to Mahalito them. Nice. And then just finish off the weakened ones with melee attacks. Okay, so this... Ooh. Okay, I will Califo here because we're pretty far away from anything safe. No trap. Whenever it says no trap, I always check for a teleporter anyway. Just because that's like the most devastating trap by far. And there's always a 5% chance to be wrong even when you cast Alto. This is a pretty easy encounter. I think both types can run away. No, the were-rats can't run away, so I'm going to focus my attacks on the were-rats first. That way, when the coyotes run away, there'll be less enemies for me to fight. None of them ran away, that's fine. We don't even need to cast AoE magic on these, they're not really that threatening. From what I can tell, this is definitely the intended path. These feel like monsters that are a little bit stronger than what was on the 3rd floor. The other path that we were taking into the monster repository, or sorry, the monster allocation center and the treasure room repository, and like the alarm that sets off the high level encounters, that felt like we were skipping to like secret challenge content or like post-game content, or not post-game, but like late game content or something. Poison needle, even if we failed to disarm, it's not a big deal. Also, you'll notice I just failed this right. I failed the check right there. When you fail to disarm a trap, it doesn't always cause the trap to immediately go off. Sometimes you get like another chance to disarm it, as you just saw. So we disarmed it. We failed twice, but we didn't set it off either time. We got one more attempt. Cool. So pretty high chance. I noticed we also found a suit of armor, so I want to check that out when we get back to town. Alright, so this should be a little loop. Yeah, so we just went through this loop here. As far as I can tell, there's nothing in the middle. This is bad. All of these empty spaces here, like having a lot of empty space on a map is really bad because it means if you get hit by a teleporter trap, it increases the chances. Sorry, hold on a second. It increases the chances of your characters getting teleported into one of these areas. If you get teleported into solid stone, which is like this area right here in between the rooms, this is just solid stone. If you get teleported into solid stone, the entire party instantly dies. It's very bad news. You do not want that to happen. So we have to be very careful about teleporter traps on this floor. This is either a dead end or it's something else scary, far scarier. Maybe a dead end? This might be a dead end. I don't see anything over here. Interesting, okay. This might be the other side of a one-way door. Oh, some beetles attacked me while I was looking at the map. So what this might be is, like, there might be a one-way door that leads to this passageway, but this passageway doesn't allow us to go, like, through the one-way door. I'm guessing that's what this is. Ooh, those boring beetles hit pretty hard. If they hit us. I'm actually pretty motivated to go down and check the 5th floor really quick. And then for the next stream, I'll come back and I'll map out the rest of the 4th floor, I think. That might be a good plan. So yeah, let's go down, let's check the 5th floor really quick while we're already down here. Instead of heading all the way back to the surface. We're already on the 4th floor. We already know where the 5th floor is. I actually did not think we were going to reach the 5th floor today, by the way. So yeah, I was in the haters group for that one. Okay, so the entrance should be like here, I think. Yeah. I did not think we were going to reach this today. Not only did we reach it, but we actually made some other good progress, and we're going to have time to explore it at length. Alright, so let's use a Dial here. And then I'll use a Dios. Just get Pizza's health back up in case we get attacked by something dangerous. His HP is actually kind of low. Honestly, for a level... What is he, level 11 fighter? And how much vitality does he have? Hold on a second, I need to check his HP. Okay, he has no vitality modifier, so that is one interesting thing. This is not like Dungeons & Dragons. In Dungeons & Dragons, if you have 12 Constitution, you get plus 1 HP per level. It doesn't work that way in Wizardry. You need 16 vitality. It's the stat curve is much more steep. Like average stat is like from 7 all the way to 15. You have to go all the way down to 6 vitality to get a negative modifier, and you have to go all the way up to 16 vitality to get a positive modifier. So either way though, he should have 11 times 10. So 110 is his max HP, like the highest possible that he could have. The average is 55. Okay, so he's only a little bit below average. He's on 52. The average is 55 for him. So he's a little below average. If we can get him to high roll, like an HP roll, that would be massive though. Alright, so let's do a little bit of 5th floor exploration. I want to get at least one difficult encounter out of the way. Huh, so the theme of this floor seems to be like doors that lead directly to like walls that you can just walk around. This being a one-way kind of scares me. Makes me think this might be a one-way. If that's a one-way, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. That's a one-way, okay. We're in a lot of trouble now. We are in a lot of trouble now. I'm going to try immediately going back this way, if we can. We cannot. Maybe this way. Okay, I think this is the way back. I hope. 2 wolves. This is an encounter we have not seen before. These look like werewolves. These do not look like regular wolves. And they surprised us. Yeah, they are werewolves. We don't know a lot about them, but we know that they give less than 1,000 experience. I don't think they're going to be significantly dangerous. I'm actually going to spend a turn casting a Latium Epic, because I want to get information on them. Okay, so they resist sleep and they have no other abilities. So these are very not dangerous enemies. These are some of the least dangerous enemies that we've encountered. These are probably going to be the least dangerous enemies on this floor. I will Calfo this. 95% chance to be an exploding box. Disarmed it. Any treasure? At this point, there should be a 20% chance to get a magic item from a chest, which is a pretty big increase over the previous floor. Last floor was 10%, this is 20%, that's double the chance. Okay, so we have to be aware of the fact that there is a one-way door here, but we do know the way back. So if we go through this one way, we can get back to the main area whenever we need to. I'm a little scared of checking this door. This feels like it could potentially be a one-way as well. And I don't see an obvious way back from there. Our shield spell and our light spell are both still active. Okay, that's not a one-way, so we're pretty safe to go through this door. This is a secret door here. I don't need to cast Doom Epic. I know where I am right now. Okay, the secret door is not a one-way. It looks like there's a bunch of secret doors in this area. Oh, 5 shades. Okay, this could be bad, especially if they surprise us. They're trying to level drain us. In fact, they succeeded at level draining us. That's very bad. Silvara just lost a level. You see this? The shade inflicted level drain on Silvara. She just dropped from level 10 to level 9. That is horrible. That just undoes like a good majority of the grinding that we've just done on this stream. I don't know if that causes her to lose spells either. Let's see if we can get information on them. Oh, actually, we have all the information on them already. Okay, so all they have is they resist sleep and they inflict level drain. Their HP range is not particularly high. Let me calculate their average HP. They actually only have around 13 or 14 HP. Let me go back. I'm not going to waste actions identifying monsters if we can already identify them. What I will do is cast Dispel Undead. I think Mahalito works here. What is 46? 24? Divided by 2. So they have around 13 HP. Mahalito only has around 12 average damage. But hold on, we can cast Dalto instead. Yeah, Dalto should kill them. I will have James cast it. I believe he's faster than Maid. Plus it means that Maid will be hidden next turn so she can do a sneak attack if needed. If anything survives the Dalto. Okay, so the good thing is we can kill these shades very quickly. The bad thing is if they hit us, like if they surprise us, if they hit us with a surprise attack, they can level drain one of our characters, as they just did. It looks like she's immediately ready to level back up though. Is that right? Yeah, she was drained from level 10 to level 9. What is her experience? Wow. 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 That is extremely punishing. Not only did they level drain her from level 10 to level 9, she lost all of the experience that she had gained towards level 11, and she starts at the bottom of the level 9 experience bar, which means she has to grind all the way back up to level 10, and then she also needs to grind any like additional experience that we had already gained towards level 11. That is extremely punishing. Yeah, at least they didn't level drain Mavtato. That's true. That would have been really bad. I mean, we can get another 30. We can get 30,000 experience back. Like, not. It won't take us too long to get 30,000 experience back. But the progress that we had made from level 10 to level 11, we lost all of that too. Like, that's really bad. I thought, if anything, it would put us like that near the top of level 9, not the bottom. We essentially just lost like 2 levels worth of experience. Pram says, you can't believe things are only going to get worse as we keep going deeper. You hope this dungeon doesn't have double-digit floors. No, it's only 9 floors. The bottom floor is floor 9. But yeah, it gets worse as you go down, as you can see. Like, at first it was just monsters that are not that dangerous. Then we started to run into monsters that could shoot attacks into the back row and kill our squishy characters. Then you start to run into monsters with, like, AoE attacks that, like, burst down the entire party. Then you run into monsters with instant death attacks. Then you run into monsters that can drain your levels. It's just, it's out of control fast. Yeah, that level drain hurt us. That level drain really hurt me. I think if they didn't surprise attack us, we would have been okay. Oh, that is either a teleporter or a spinner. I hope that's a spinner. If that's a teleporter, we're in trouble. That's a spinner. Okay, I can deal with a spinner. I can deal with a spinner. Spinner does not concern me. I'm gonna head back. This should be the way back. Yeah. I'm really good at memorizing dungeon layouts, by the way. I've played so many dungeon crawlers. Yeah, this is a holy crap moment. This game punishes you brutally. I've heard that 5 Ordeals is like one of the hardest Wizardry games too. That's why I really want to play it. I'm super excited to play 5 Ordeals. Apparently that game actually has 5 dungeons in one game too, which is really cool. Oh, there's shades on this floor too. Alright, let's burst down these shades immediately so they don't level drain us. But yeah, I've heard 5 Ordeals is one of the hardest Wizardry games, and the fact that it has 5 dungeons included in one game is really cool. That's like a ton of content. I want to get it. I probably won't. I think I won't stream it. I think I will specifically. I think what I want to do is whenever I feel like playing Wizardry and I don't feel like streaming, I'll probably just like play some of that game. That's probably a smart idea. Let me see if we can hit these guys with Makanito, because they don't have death resistance. Yeah, see, the Makanito doesn't do anything. Like, it says that it instant kills all monsters, but it really doesn't. Like, it doesn't actually really do anything. We got paralyzed. That's not the worst thing in the world. Okay, we killed all the enemies that have level drain, so we should be able to just clean up the rest of the monsters very quickly now. Nice. I love Dispel Undead. It's so powerful. It's so cool. The only thing I wish is that he got credit for doing it. I wish you to increase your kill count. We can disarm this gas bomb. Oh, it was a teleporter, and we triggered it, and we got teleported across the dungeon. That was the worst possible thing that could have happened at that moment. I've been talking about these teleporter traps for like 2 streams. Well, sorry, that was not the worst possible thing that could have happened. The worst possible thing that could have happened was us getting teleported into a wall and getting party wiped. Thankfully, that did not happen. Unfortunately, we just got teleported to who knows where, somewhere in the middle of the dungeon. Let's get Pizza back on his feet. Let's get him back into the front row. Now we need to cast a Dumapic. Okay, we are in the middle of nowhere. I don't even know how this section connects to the rest of the dungeon. Oh, you've been playing 5 Ordeals, but the difficulty, you think the difficulty scaling is a little bit wonky? Yeah, it's known for being pretty difficult, pretty punishing. It doesn't have very many negative reviews, and the very few negative reviews it has are like people complaining about the game being too difficult, which when I saw that I was like, oh, that's fantastic, that's perfect for me. That's like my Wizardry game right there. Yeah, it's difficult, but it's definitely like, I mean, it's kind of, I don't even know if I would say that it's fair. It is actually kind of BS, but like it's BS in like a fun way. It's like fun and funny. Like what just happened to us is like, this is complete BS, but it's really funny. It's really funny that we're like getting ready to run out of the dungeon because we can't afford to keep fighting any more encounters. And then we got teleported into a new area full of dangerous monsters that we've never been to before, and we don't even know how it connects to the stairway, so we have no idea how to get out of here. We're essentially just trapped. I will Mahalito here, I think. Pram says, oh god, tell me this isn't a dead end, no exit place that we got teleported to. I don't think so. I think there's going to be a one-way. If I had to guess, I think there's going to be a one-way passage that leads back to the spot that we already explored earlier. But it's tough to know for sure. I also have to heal Pizza as well. Pizza took some damage there. Hey, the good thing is by the time we get back, Silvara might be ready to level back up and regain the lost level that was drained from them. Yeah, that's in that. So one of our characters got level drained. Then we got teleported into a room that we have no idea where it is and no idea how it connects to the rest of the dungeon. While I'm here, I'm just going to map out this whole section. Might as well do it, right? Okay, that door over there is very enticing. These spiders are not dangerous at all. They might poison us, not a huge deal. They have to hit us. And then even then, I think it's just like a poison chance. No, that's wrong. I think if they hit you, they do poison you, but they're not super likely to hit us. Chris says when the negative reviews for a game are mostly just complaining about difficulty, that's usually a good sign. Yeah, I mean, it depends on what you want, obviously. If you're the kind of person who doesn't like difficult games, that's, you know, a good indicator to stay away. But for me specifically, especially when I play Wizardry, it's because I want to play a challenging old school dungeon crawler. So if it's people complaining about, like, you know, the game doesn't let you save scum and it's a difficult dungeon crawler, that's like, okay, that's exactly what I'm looking for in that instance. All right, let's go through here. That was a one-way. Okay, that's a really good sign. I think I know where we are. Okay, I think I know where we are. I think we are standing right outside of that loop that we found earlier. Yes, this is it. I knew it. I had a feeling there would be a one-way in here. So this leads right through here. This is the loop that we found earlier. We did not get to explore whatever is down here, but honestly, I'm fine with that. We'll find a way back over here at some point later. I'm very happy that we did not get teleported into a wall and instantly die. That could have been much worse. We need to get out of here. Oh, Silvara has 56 out of 45 HP, by the way, because they got level drained. They lost some HP. So their current HP is higher than their new max HP. Pram says you were watching a playthrough before and it got soft locked because a teleport trap put them into a no exit room. So technically that's not a soft lock. A soft lock is something where there's no way to get out of the game except by resetting. Technically what we could do is we could open up the menu, quit to the title, and then when we resume the game, it should start us in... Well, actually, I don't know. The way it works in the old Wizardry is that it will start you back in town. And then when you're back in town, you can create a new party. And your new party can go out and maybe try to rescue the old party, for example. Obviously, that's not an option here. Or we don't know whether or not that's an option here, is what I should say. I don't know if I leave the game and then I resume the game, is it going to restart me? I mean, I guess we can check. Is it going to restart me back in town, or is it going to restart me with what is called the out party? I can check that before we end the stream. So this should lead us back to the stairs. Okay, what I'm going to do is let me make sure I'm standing in front of the stairs. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to quit to the title. I'm going to save and return to the title. Now, when you play old school Wizardry, when you do this, when you go back into the game, if you hit load game, what happens here? Is it going to take us back to where we were, or is it going to take us back to town? Okay, it takes us back to where we were. Interesting. So if a person got teleported into a room where they couldn't escape from, I guess in this game it would be a soft lock. In the original Wizardry, that's not true. You could restart back in town, you could make a new party or take some of your backup characters, and if they have a teleportation spell, they could teleport, they could reunite with the out party, and then they could teleport back to town with the out party, in theory. It would take a couple of steps, but it should be possible. The only thing is that if the party that's trapped has 6 members, I don't know what would happen. Because it seems like you wouldn't be able to reunite with all 6 of them, because then you'd have a party of 7, which doesn't work. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but there should be ways to avoid soft locking. Even in the worst case scenario, those 6 people are trapped forever, and you just have to restart with a new party, but that's technically not a soft lock because you're still continuing the same playthrough. Although, now that I think about it, because they're trapped, they could potentially have key items on them, and then if they have key items on them and they're soft locked, then yes, your file would be soft locked. So yeah, okay. We're kind of talking in circles here, but either way, obviously that would be a really bad thing. Whether it's technically a soft lock or not, I mean, that's obviously a huge pain in the butt. But it's the same problem if your characters get teleported into a wall and they instantly die. It's extremely unfair, it's extremely punishing, it's extremely brutal, but in a way it's actually kind of hilarious. It can be very funny. Man, we're gonna have to grind Silvara back up. I might do it off stream. I might do it before the next Wizardry stream, which is probably going to be sometime in July. The rest of my party. Alright, before I end the stream, I'm going to bring up my map one more time so you guys can see it. This is the map we drew earlier of the 3rd floor. If you want to see where all the pitfalls are. Looks like the pitfalls are basically in on the opposite sides of the spinner trap on the top row. 2nd row is completely safe. The 3rd row is like mostly pits, except for the connection to the staircase. The 4th row is mostly safe, except for pits on the outside edge. And then the 5th row is actually completely safe, although it does have a spinner trap, which can lead to you walking into a pit. So you have to be careful for that. Either way, I had a lot of fun today. I love this game so much. I'm really glad that people actually show up to watch these streams. It's so cool that I'm able to actually stream a game that I love. That it's very niche. This is not like, you know, one of the most popular games that you can stream right now, obviously. But I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I'm glad that people actually show up. So thank you everyone for being here, for liking the stream, for chatting. Thank you Faye for stopping by. Thank you Pram for being here and chatting. Thank you to Snow Warning for being here earlier. Mirror Fanboy for stopping by. Thank you to Chris for chatting for the great majority of the stream today. It's very good to have active chatters so that I don't get too bored playing the game by myself. Thanks to Zach for stopping by and saying hello. I'm glad that your day was going well. Artemis Fowl as well. Thank you for stopping by. And I think that's everybody. So I am going to head out. For now, enjoy the rest of your day.